Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Critical Role, where a bunch of us students voice actors sit around and play Dungeons and Dragons. Excuse my laughter. They usually shout shit at me before we start, and this came as just a wave of chaos, and I was unprepared. Before we get into our episode tonight, we do have some announcements to get through, beginning with our first sponsor tonight, Cash App. Sam.
Welcome back to the Finger Championship Games, brought to you by Cash App. The easiest way to send, spend, and save money. The #1 finance app in the App Store, helping you invest in stocks with as little as $1 and connect your direct deposit and get paid 2 days early. I'm Vince McSam, and I'm here with Marisha Ray, aka the Finger Blaster, undefeated champion of the Finger Games, for a post-match interview. Marisha, how's it feel to be the #1 fingerer in the room?
Okay, first, I still urge you to use a different term that hasn't changed. And second, it feels great! Yeah. You know, crush my enemy's fingers, see them jam before me, and hear the lamentations of their cuticles.
Yeah! Now tell me about your training regimen.
Well, you know, I start my day with 6 raw eggs, which I then cook with some butter and salt.
Okay.
Matt eats 3, I give 2 to Omar, and then I usually eat 1.
Intense. Intense. What next?
Stair climbs, hundreds of them.
And by stair climbs, you mean?
Oh, I just like type a lot on my laptop.
Oh,
You know,
sure,
emails, Slacks, Overwatch fanfic. Actually, you'll never forget who I'm shipping.
Oh,
right
no,
now
I won't.
in the-
Finger B, anyone you want to thank for this victory?
Yeah. The big guy up here.
You mean?
That's right! My pointer finger! I love you, bro!
Stupid.
We did this together. Ride or die.
Well, that concludes the interview.
Well, wait. You have been promising me my prize for like 3 episodes of this shit now.
Sure. You're right. And I've stalled long enough. Do you have the app?
I do. I downloaded it in the App Store or Google Play Store, whichever you have. And when I signed up as a new user, I used code CRITROLL for $15,
Wow.
and then $10 went to our very own Critical Role Foundation. Terms apply.
Wow. All right. So there and sent with Cash App. Now let me show you how you can accept the money right there and transfer it back to me. Excellent.
What? Wait, what the hell? You just sent the money back to yourself?
Very easily with Cash App. As your manager, I'm entitled to garnish your winnings as payment for cultivating you as a fingerer.
All right, that's it, Vince McSam. You're going down. I'm gonna smash your head.
No! Someone, please! Someone! Will someone defend me against this ruffian? I'll pay you twice what I owe her.
I'll do it. I've been itching to go toe to toe and finger to finger with a real warrior.
Who are you?
You can call me Flick Flair.
Why does he just pick
Stay
his own
tuned
name?
for that battle next time Cash App sponsors the show. Matt, back to you.
Oh, I am in pain.
Flick Flair is a great name.
Yeah,
That's
why
pretty-
does he get to pick his own name?
Well, we're working on this as we go.
It's more lore building than it is like grabbing glory, you know?
Yeah.
We're trying to create a greater picture of the Cash App. I'll stop.
Look, I'm just excited that we all got a glance at your next character. So, this episode is also sponsored by our friends at Ghostfire Gaming and their brand new 5e post-apocalyptic setting, Aurora. There we go. My brain just shut down there.
Just having pneumonia.
Coming from the dentist. Don't judge, he just came from the dentist.
We gotta take 1, a take 2.
My brain, I've been staring at scripts all day. My brain just looked the board, stopped working. Aurora, Age of Desolation. It's like I haven't said it before. What is wrong with me? I am so sorry. The setting images a world ravaged by dragons and includes a detailed survival system, innovative character creation, and an evolved advantage system. It also includes 15 new subclasses, 15 background options, and a very special gargantuan Red Dragon Mini. You can jump on this great product right now at Aurora, or some people, 5e.com. Aurora, 5e.com. And thanks to Ghostfire Gaming for continuing to support our show. Why do I do this?
Oh my God.
Marisha, start talking, please.
Okay. Next week. After this week, that's the one. Exandria Unlimited.
Yes.
Calamity.
Yes.
Woo. Our 4-part miniseries premieres on Thursday, May 26th at 7 p.m. Pacific on Twitch and YouTube. Join as 6 distinguished heroes from the Age of Arcanum as they uncover an insidious corruption beneath the city that they've sworn to protect. This is a story where Exandria's greatest heroes could not or would not see the truth before it was too late as the inevitable calamity nears. The cast. Game Master. Brendan Lee Mulligan. We'll be joined with players Travis Willingham, Priya Iyengar, Sam Riegel, Lou Wilson, Marisha Ray, and Luis Carrazzo. EXU Calamity will continue weekly on Thursdays until Campaign 3 resumes on Thursday, June 30th. Yes, that is the last Thursday of the month, but we will have missed you guys so much by then. Check out all the details at critroll.com.
Woohoo!
Also,
Oh God, there's more.
Calamity. Aurora.
that's the sequel. Farsighted Dive, episode 3, airs Tuesday, June 7th at 7 p.m. Pacific on Twitch and YouTube, the first Tuesday of the month. And then,
There's more?
Let's Roll.
Oh, that's me.
That's you. The Four-Sided
The jam.
Dive theme by Sam Riegel and Peter Habib is available now on music platforms, so you can buy it.
On music platforms.
Yeah, you can buy it and, or stream it today, whatever you prefer.
Sure.
But it's out there now.
Thanks.
It's a bop.
It is.
Thanks, you guys.
Friends around the table.
I want to record you on it right now.
It's gonna be great.
Fantastic. Well, I think that concludes our announcement. Let's go ahead and jump into tonight's episode of Critical Role.
One by one we climb until we reach the top. 2 by 2 we fall. Will we meet our end or meet our destiny? Hold your breath and roll.
How do you want to do this?
It's Thursday night. All ye critters, come join us. It's time to continue our flight. There is magic and mystery. Who knows what will happen? He might. But one thing's for sure, we never give up on the fight. From the healer to the renegade, we all share the same goal. Adding more allies, taking more chances. Hold your breath and roll.
You can certainly try.
It's Thursday night. All ye critters, come join us. It's time to continue our flight. There is magic and mystery. From darkness, our friendship will rise. But one thing's for sure, we never give up on the fight. Oh, get ready. It's Thursday night.
So last time, we
Serious time.
last time,
Life or death.
Bell's Hells had said their goodbyes for the time being to the city Drusar, where they had met and spent a large portion of their adventure before, and donning their outfits and their gathered materials and stepping aboard the skyship known as the Silver Sun. You began to leave the Odiran Wilds and head towards the Hellcatch Valley to chase after the whereabouts of the escaped Armand Tresci, who seems to have gone underground in the city of Bassuras. Now, after many days traveling across the broken, cracked, dust-filled wasteland that is the Hellcatch Valley, looking below day and night, you encountered some dangerous creatures that seemed to take to the skies, that battled you on the deck of this very skyship, in which, through some daring escapes and some clutch uses of abilities and spells, prevented Orm from falling to his death immediately. And with the possible final night of travel before the next final day of travel to the city of Bassuras, there was a discussion between Imogen and Ladna, in which this strange crystal that you had scavenged from the interior of the Shade Mother's lair back in Drusar, that had been seemingly giving comfort and warmth and having some odd effects on Imogen, had been called into question. Ladna, following a strange internal push towards inspecting and learning of the nature of it, grasped the gem upon the promise of nothing bad happening, and upon grasping it, watched as the arcane energy within was drawn out and into her, the crystal crumbling and cracking, left powerless and dark, and Imogen stormed off to take a night's rest, wallowing in the sense of betrayal as Ladna screamed at the bow of the ship. Nothing but the stars above and the moons to take it. So, coming back where we are, is there any other business that night, Imogen or Ladna or anybody else, would you like to handle before the next day of travel? All right. The night goes by without issue. The next morning, eventually, the sun begins to rise over the dusty valley. You can see there's some spotted gray clouds beginning to encroach from the southeast region, kind of the general Aishanador direction of Marquet. You can feel the wind picking up as the heat begins to rise. The temperature is beginning to shift of the day. You can see distant high clouds, dust storms. It's hard to see, but the horizons begin to get a bit muddled, a bit fuzzy. I would like, as you travel for this final day, for somebody to roll a d20 for me, please.
Is Laura's you,
me?
Laura,
Yeah.
First roll. Say it. Come on, anything under a 5 is crazy.
Roll a d6 for me, Laura.
3.
3. Okay. Fairly early in the morning, to where the sunrise is still kind of blanketing this this dust-covered scape, the plateaus and large mountains that punch up from the broken ravine-cracked ground, still wearing the pinks and oranges of the rising sun. Who'd be first out onto the deck keeping watch?
I'd be out.
Make a perception check for me.
Right. Natural 20.
Let's
Okay.
go.
Better than my 2.
Glancing out that early morning air, breathing it in deeply, you hold the edge of the skyship and glance down, and below you see a trail. One of the various roads that carve through the valley itself. You see what looks to be a small caravan, maybe 12 or so carts that are hitched to numerous beasts of burden, just slowly trudging through their path towards the city of Bassuras. What you also see, and you're uncertain if they see it, is something else shifting in the land below. You hear this like very faint, like a bassy, and you glance deep down and look underneath. The shadow, thankfully, is stretched far across the ground, so the skyship doesn't block your perspective, but you see the ground shifting, rippling, like something large is burrowing just beneath the surface of the dust and dirt in the direction of the caravan.
Is anyone else on deck? Captain
first mate, any of the crew?
Right now, Captain Zandis is not there, but Khalil, the first mate, is at the helm.
Okay, Orm will bolt for Khalil. Khalil, look, down there. I think those people are in trouble. I think they're about to die. Get the captain. I'll be back. And I bolt for our quarters, and I find my way to the witch's door, where I think I slept, but I'm out early, and I just start beating on the door and yelling for everybody to get up, and specifically yell Imogen's name as loud as I can.
Yeah. You all hear the...
Telekinesis. What?
Some people on the ground are, I think, about to get eaten or something. Wake up. Get everybody up. And I just start slapping on doors and yelling, wake up, for everybody on board.
Rapidly, as all of you begin to hear the banging sounds and the voices rising in the hallways beyond the chambers that you've chosen here below deck on the Silver Sun, the Captain Zandis comes pushing through from their quarters and... What is, there's something, it's way too early. And they go ahead and start trudging back to the surface. What are the rest of you doing?
Running up to the surface, making sure everybody else is up. And
Okay.
This is too early.
Get up!
Move up!
Get up! Oh, that's just how tall you are standing.
You son of a bitch.
I would drag Zandis to the edge of the ship and then with sword out, point it down. There, what is that? What does that mean?
They lean over the edge and glance down, pulling what looks like a very intricate, thin, but multi-tiered spyglass out of their pocket that draws out and puts it across. Well, goodness, it looks like we found ourselves a Dustra. Claps it into their pocket, puts it down.
Dustra?
All right, man, the harpoons with the chains. We don't want to kill it. They're not usually dangerous. I don't know why it's going after this thing in particular. They're not carnivorous, but I think I got an idea. Khalil, give me the helm. Help these people. And they charge back and climb up quickly to get behind the wheel of the ship. Khalil begins shouting out, all right, everyone, get the harpoons ready. Get the chained harpoons, okay? And starts directing out to the rest of you. You can see the rest of the crew starting to come out. Gordy's kind of like wiping his eyes a bit. Tirana looks over and grabs the edge of one of the ballista. Who's doing what?
I'll grab a ballista.
are we getting closer to it? Are we shifting directions and heading down?
Right as you're like making that thought in your head, the sails shift and the ship begins to go into a subtle dive. And you watch as a lot of the barrels and crates and various elements and materials that are stored on the deck begin to just slightly slide, shifting with the seeming directional weight of the front of the ship. Listing, that's the word I was looking for. As it lists slightly, everything begins to move towards the front, but it doesn't quite get to the point where anything will slam and go overboard. The captain kind of ensuring that the contraptions that keep the skyship afloat are directionally moving properly. As it glides down, though, you guys watch as the horizon moves up above you, and you get a full perspective beyond the edge of the deck, no matter where you stand, of the landscape below you. And you can now see the early morning lights of the caravan. There's lanterns hanging that give these little pinpoints of light, and as the rays of the sun begin to hit the edge, you can see some of the colored cart flags and banners that it uses to very loudly connotate its existence, also as a warning against the various crawler gangs. You also see, out of the dust, this large ripple just kind of breaking across the surface. And for a brief second, you see something emerge from it. It looks like a squid. It has this long head that kind of dives outward, and you see these tendrils that kind of come behind it. It's like a massive, mutated cephalopod, but it's covered in spines and weird kind of hooked, like horned toad style ridges that go across the sides of its body. And at the very point where the head emerges, you see it split into 4 different kind of jaw openings before it dives back down below. You hear Zandis shout from the back, "They're not usually hunters. Something's drawing it. Get there ready!" And at that point, the thing lists further. You watch as one of the ammunition carts begins to slide towards the edge. Gordy's going to go ahead and reach over and try and grab for it.
Come on, Gordy.
Who's manning the ballista right now?
I got one.
Claimed it.
You've got one?
Claimed.
I'll get up on the other one.
Okay.
2 claimed.
I'll go to Ashton and cast Enhance Ability
Thank you.
on them and give them advantage on dexterity checks.
You got it. Okay. So as you both go over, Gordy does manage to actually grab the barrel and hold it off to the side. Tirana is helping you load the chained harpoon on the left-hand side of the sky
That's the
ship.
one we want? Okay.
There's nobody. Actually, no. Khalil is available, so Khalil can help you too. Khalil rushes over and helps you get the massive harpoon. And opposed to the ones that you've previously shot in the previous battle, these are much thicker and have kind of a hooked barb at the end, and are designed to dig and hold wherever they're shot towards.
Also one. There's
At
another
the very
one?
back.
There's one at the very back.
Okay, I'll go hop up to that one.
Okay.
Will it be able to? Well,
Up
yeah.
and over the ship. I mean,
Do you think it's a good idea, Fern?
Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely.
Okay. Okay, so you go ahead and rush up to the poop deck on the very back of the ship to where there's the third ballista. You go ahead and load in the harpoon yourself. All right. It'll take you a minute. You watch as this beast, which, I mean, like, you don't get to see the full mass of it. Only parts of it peek through as it occasionally breaks the surface and then digs back into the
does the
broken
caravan
ground.
seem like it has seen it at all?
It's too far away for you to see any sort of change in its behavior, and it's too quick, so you have no idea.
Can you use your horn? Can you single out somebody in that caravan and use your horn?
Oh, just trying to use a gift.
It'll destroy it?
No, make it disintegrate in my hand. I'll look at the caravan, and I pick one of the beasts of burden, and I. No. I'll pick a humanoid entity at the back and try and like.
Okay. You put all of your breath into this horn, and it's just. And you begin to realize maybe you got swindled for some cash.
Son of a bitch.
Did it work?
Hold on, I gotta make a new list.
Meanwhile, the ballista are both set, and you are not. The ship is now starting to turn up as it's getting dangerously low towards the ground, but it is beginning to catch up to this
Captain
Dustra
Zand's
beast.
Hears in his head. How high up can these? Their head. Sorry. How
she
high up can these dusters go?
You hear back from Captain Sandus. Not very high. They're mostly terrestrial diggers, and they're generally scavengers and vegetarians, which is why this is very strange.
Any ranged attacks?
I don't know. I never fought one. I don't go this deep into the valley. Skyships avoid this area for a reason. I told you that.
I cast fly,
Okay.
and I'm gonna take off for the caravan.
Okay.
How far are we from the caravan, by the way?
At this point, you're roughly 400 feet from it, and gaining quickly, both you and the beast. But you are gaining on it. So you're getting to the point where while the skyship is pulling up, you're starting to lose a proper aiming position towards it. And you hear Xanda shout out from the back, "If you're gonna take aim, do it now!"
What's the play here, Captain? Can we take one of these things? Are they too much?
We're not gonna take it. We're gonna distract it. Pull it away.
Okay.
I'll count of 3.
Yeah.
3!
Oh shit! Fire!
Okay, both of you roll. You have advantage because of the enhanced ability.
But I do not.
No.
It's a dex.
You roll and add a +6 is what it is.
13.
20.
20. Okay. 13. It fires free. The chain that's wound up on the side immediately is going off, and you can watch as it's hitting the edge of the railing. It arcs past the beast. It was just a little bit off, and the chain is kind of grinding, and you can see now the railing around it has this heavy metallic reinforcement specifically for this purpose. But you can see it grinding against it, and sparks are shooting. And then eventually the chain just goes limp, and you can see it beginning to drag behind
It's
it.
like we meant to. We can zip line down and fuck!
Yours does hit. Go ahead and roll 3d8 for me.
Ooh. All right.
Sorry. 68.
68. That changes the territory. Just find some d8s. I might have to borrow a couple. Okay, 3. Okay, 68. 3 will do it. Okay. All right. That's 12, 13. 13 plus 19.
Okay. 32.
32. I rolled
You got it.
pretty well.
It sticks into the Dustra as it was just diving back in, and the chain suddenly rips taut. As it does, you can see the very edge of the railing kind of buckles slightly. You watch the metal bends. You hear this loud as it pulls against it, and the ship suddenly begins to list to one side and is pulling at a slight angle. At which point you see Captain Tennis go, come on, and begins turning the wheel quickly and pushing it against the weight of the chain. Go again, other side!
I'm gonna try to shoot from the back.
Oh boy.
So try to get a tail situation or something, whichever is you know.
About now you're set. It's going to be a more difficult shot, but I'm
Okay.
here for it. Go ahead and roll
Let's
D20.
go.
Never know.
Can you guide yourself?
I guide myself.
Okay.
Good call. Okay. I'm adding 6.
Yes, to whatever you roll.
Okay.
Plus guidance.
Where a D4.
D4. oh, okay. That would be 20 total.
You needed an 18. So with that, it goes off the front, and at this point the ship's pulled up and it's listed to the side to where you didn't really know where it was anymore. You couldn't see it. You just kind of shot and hoped.
Here we go!
You all watch it cruise off the top, and then suddenly it pulls tight. You hear now this like deep, reverberant growl. As that chain tugs, the boat begins to list from the back, and you watch as the captain goes, "God, shit!" and reaches down, and underneath the wheel, there's a second set of controls that handle the intensity and strength of the broomstone upon the ship itself. You watch as they reach down and pull one heavy lever from there and just yank back. As they do, you see the central gem that sits in the middle of the ship begin to glow brightly, and you all feel the wood of the ship begin to vibrate. Things begin to just clatter and shift. As it does, the ship kind of locks into place and continues to move forward, but now it is anchoring it at its current, like, angled listed state. And the ship begins to slow. And slow. It's an air brake, if you will, an arcane air brake for this. And as it slows and slows, you can hear again. You also notice now flares beginning to come off of the caravan. They've either noticed the encroaching creature or they heard the alarm notification from your horn.
What's the distance look like between the creature and caravan now?
They're about 250 feet from you.
We're like 400 from the creature, right?
At this point, the ship begins to slow, and the caravan, you see it as the large kind of colored plumes go off in the air, these kind of notification flares. You watch the back of the caravan, a bunch of warriors and like guardians begin to shift to the back to keep watch, and they begin other individuals begin to pick up, and all the beasts are being ushered further and faster now to get itself to a safe space. And you can see they're not terribly far from what looks to be a large rocky hillside, like some sort of like solid rock hill that moves out of the ground, and they're moving over towards that direction. As it does, you kind of glance down over the edge, and indeed you have these two chain-held harpoons that are in this beast that itself is like kind of scooting through the dirt, and it's trying to fight, but it's unable to pull away from the strength of the ship, and occasionally the ship kind of like lurches a bit.
It's still fighting pretty hard, though.
It's trying to fight, yeah.
Am I closer to it at this point?
And can we see her?
From what you can, you now have driven off. You can get as close to it as you want to, because you flying, and it's about the length of the chains here. It's about maybe, I'd say at this point, 150 or so feet, 200 feet from the front of the ship, and to where the chains go taut. That's the full length of it. So you shot it when it was closer, and then as you pulled back, the chains went taut and kind of are holding it like a kite. So it takes you under a minute, I'd say, to get within a pretty close range of the beast.
And how high is, if we guesstimate it from where we are, is that thing?
200 feet, you just said?
Not away. I asked how far away it was from the caravan. Now I'm asking how high, like when it's like revealing itself, how high into the air.
Gotcha. Well, it's you haven't seen it like leap out. You've only seen it kind of like breach the surface and go back under. And what you've seen, you guesstimate at a first glance, second glance, fifth glance, it's probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 80 to 100 feet long, from tip to just thinking of how you discern squids and the way that they are proportionally placed, but you have not seen the full back of it, nor have you seen the underside. What you do see, as it's now taut in there, the two chains locked into it, you see one central, like bright blue, almost like a deep cerulean blue eye that occasionally opens up with like a secondary glass lid that kind of closes and protects it. And it just kind of is writhing in the ground, getting ground slower and slower and slower. And that's kind of where you're sitting at the moment.
Yeah.
Imogen, what are you doing?
I'm gonna. Oh God.
Yeah, do it. Come on, you're all out there flying.
No, but I have like a couple thoughts, but concentration. Oh no. I'm gonna first and foremost. I'm gonna like float down to where I can like look it in its eye.
Okay, and now it is a bit dangerous to get too close because you do see parts of it thrashing, and this close up you can see the texture of it. It has crustacean-like plates across a large part of its body, all similar coloration to a lot of the earth and dirt around here in the Hellcatch Valley. It has like an ashen, like a light gray visual to it. But the closer you get, you can see there are striations through it, almost like there's colors that shift or ripple through with blood pumps. Like it seems to have deep-set brown veins that occasionally kind of shoot through it visually, with what parts you can see breaching the surface. It's very fascinating, weirdly beautiful as much as it is scary. And as certain tendrils kind of lash out of the dirt and whip around, some are like grasping and wrapping around the chains, almost like trying to pull itself free or trying to pull something down, but they're caught at a stalemate. And the one eye that's kind of appearing is kind of, it's odd because it's not flat. The eye is almost the pinnacle of a weird bulge, like it rises up to an eye that's just kind of pushing out at the top of an apex.
Okay.
Like a periscope.
I'm gonna get. Oh God! I'm gonna look at it in its eye, and I'm gonna say, "Stop." And I'm gonna command it to just stop moving.
Okay. What was the?
Wisdom 15.
Wisdom 15. The tendrils begin to lax, and it just kind of the thrashing stops.
Damn.
Okay. As it does that, I'm gonna lower myself down to the ground, and I'm gonna try to use open mind on it and detect its thoughts.
What?
Okay.
Just porn.
I'm not bad. Okay.
It's anti-porn.
So, are you going to do like a full push dive into it? Okay.
Yeah.
So it's challenging because like it's odd that it recognizes a command,
Right.
which means
It has to understand something.
yeah, it understands an aspect of language at the very least, or an intent to that regard. And there is an intelligence to this creature. And you push past that, and you sense a lot of pain. You sense a desperation and an anger. And as you push further beyond the barrier of its immediately alien mind, you get senses of being lashed, being hurt, being pushed beyond its boundaries. You see images and memories within it, though the visual itself is very fisheye and stretched, of underground caverns, home, a sense of home and belonging and being pushed and forced from it, of having brood, children taken. And a real deep, burning sense of vengeance.
All I'm going to try to do is convey thoughts to it. To say I'm sorry for your loss. Help. See if I can calm it at all.
It's pretty wound up.
Yeah.
I'll say make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
I have memories of getting shot in the ass with harpoons.
Well, let's add those to the pile now.
15 with disadvantage.
15. It doesn't calm. It definitely has reduced its aggressive, instinctual, destructive reach out and smashing its sense that it's brought to this space. But it's certainly still driven. It's certainly still angry and vengeful.
Them? I'm gonna point to the caravan.
It just seems to be lashing out.
All right.
When you ask them, it doesn't have any certain personal connection with the caravan in front. It acknowledges that you refer to it, and what you get back from is it just wants to destroy.
Okay. I'm gonna cast fly again.
Okay.
And kick up. Oh God, I'm gonna kick up into the air and get onto the airship again.
Okay.
And try to do so before it regains its motion.
You all watch as Imogen just flies down, just kind of drifts right above its bright blue eye, and it slowly begins to reduce its aggressive stance. Not entirely, but there seems to be almost an odd pause, a space between them, a connection where there's, knowing her and her abilities, possibly a conversation. And then eventually she takes off again, and it still kind of slowly is wrapping itself around the chains.
How'd it go?
Are you all right? I'm fine.
That was so cool.
Whoa, what do we do?
Very hurt.
It's been hurt. It's been tortured. I think people probably destroyed its home and its family.
Oh, no.
It's angry.
Orm's tracking the caravan. Have they gotten anywhere where we can feel they're reasonably safe at this point?
They're about 4 minutes of travel beyond getting us. It is a large caravan, and it's even moving at its speed. This is, once you're off the road, the land itself is a little difficult to move on with just simple carts in places. And so they have a few minutes before they'll be truly in a safe spot.
Do we need to do more to calm it?
I mean, I don't know what else I can do. I can keep trying to calm its emotions or freeze it as much as possible until at least they get to safety, but I certainly don't want to cause it any more harm.
Should we just disconnect and...
It'll kill them.
Well, we can wait until... I can speak with animals. I don't know if it's an animal, though.
I don't think it's an
it
animal.
is.
Captain, you think these chains will hold?
Yeah. That's a good question for the captain.
I have not really, held back a Dustress, so hopefully, at which point the ship kind of lurches forward once more. I don't know. We could, just get ready by the pins. Hold on. I'll give you the go. Set them free. We can always buy more chains.
Do people try to capture these Dustras?
Not usually. They do. Coming to the surface like this is it's a rare sight indeed.
Something's been after him.
Well, I guess welcome to the valley.
Captain, is there a world where maybe we could just lift it and just move and then put it back down very calmly?
We can certainly try.
We can still go on our way and let the caravan do its thing.
You mean like lift it somewhere back the other way or something?
Yeah, just like our cargo. A cargo Dustra.
Xandis kind of like gets this intense, contemplative look in the middle of their face, and their eyes go wide with a manic grin.
It's quite an entrance into Bassuras, if we did
They
want
glance over rapidly to their first mate. Galil, you want to try and pick up a beast? It's like, aye, Captain.
Oh no.
That felt like a no to me. Yeah. That really felt
all right.
I don't know. I don't know.
To the chain stations. Any of you seem to be kind of magic oriented, right?
Yeah. Oh yes, very.
Get to the 2 front gems. If you can go ahead and, I don't know, give it magic or something. I don't know how this works.
You heard the captain. Go give him magic.
Go give him magic.
I mean, they don't know how the ship works.
Wait, what do you mean give it magic?
Give the things that are lifting us a magical boost.
I know how to make a ship go. I know how skyships move forward. I know how to fix it. I know how to make sure that everything is going okay with it. But I don't really know how to make the magic part stronger. It's not my strong suit.
How do skyships do in lightning storms?
I mean, classically and historically, pretty terribly.
Okay, well then I won't try that one.
Right. Isn't there a lever or something that you have that you pulled underneath there?
Yes, and I'm going to put it the other way and give it all she got to try and bring this thing out of the land, because that's what you wanted to do.
Can these chains even hold this thing? It's 80 feet
I don't know, but I'm raring to try.
We do not have to do this. This is just an idea I was throwing out there.
No, we're doing it now.
We can try it.
Can't throw it out there and then walk it back.
Bad, you know?
Oh, yeah. If
Oh, I'm curious. Don't worry.
oh, you are? Okay.
We could, alternatively, we could try to confuse it, distract it, influence its mind to say that the caravan went a different direction or something.
Boring.
I feel like the time for common sense is over.
Yeah, we're picking this bitch up.
Now's the time for action.
Featherfall? I have Featherfall. Maybe we can try casting Featherfall on the creature.
It's not a bad idea.
And that'll make it lighter? We could try.
I'm gonna try
I could
some
bring
weird
you.
shit.
I still got fly on me. I can bring you over the side lod and I can get it down close.
I'm gonna try some weird ass shit.
All right, I gotta get within 60 feet of
Okay,
it.
climb on my back.
All right.
Don't fall.
I do a Yoda backpack situation.
And I'm gonna try to fly down to the creature with Laudna on me.
Okay, so you grab on and fly over. Immediately as you leave the ship and have that, which at this point the ship is maybe 90 or so feet off the ground. It's held, down by the creature, like I said, like in a very kite-like scenario. But you still feel that kind of rush under your stomach. You coast over it. You hear the captain shout outside, "Tell us when!"
Oh, right.
Side note, since Imogen first flew away, Orm is on the side of the ship doesn't want to, but is waiting to arrow Flynn down the chain if need be, and he's in that exact same position watching them like a hawk.
We have 2 chains attached to it. If we're gonna really try this, we should probably attach all 3 chains, right?
I already tried once. You want another one?
Yeah,
That would be nice, actually. Yes, please.
Yeah, fair enough. Help me, baby.
I will guide you.
If there is another chained harpoon.
No, there is one affixed per ballista.
But you have to reel it in.
You'd have to reel it in.
Is that a strength?
It's more of a time consuming. It's gonna take Gordy and Tirana rush over and start helping you pull the chain in. This will take you a couple minutes to do so. So you're pulling and you're all pulling in, and it is a heavy workout. You're all sweating. At this point, too, the ship is like the creature is now starting to get a little more angry and sense that it's being held in place.
I'll try and wait for them because Featherfall only lasts for a minute. It's not, it only give us a little bit.
Should I try to command it again and see if it works? And just say, calm it down.
Does it even understand your commands?
It understands my commands.
Would this be considered a huge creature or bigger? Or
This would be
neither?
much larger than a huge creature.
I understand.
This would be considered gargantuan.
Gargantuan creatures.
Yeah.
Wow, I can't believe I was able
Just for shits and giggles, I'm going to try and rage and beat the main crystal with my fists. I see if I can pump magic into it, literally just by punch, because I clearly can't damage it very well.
Hey, dude, punch a crystal.
Fuck, I'm punching a crystal.
Sure.
All right.
We're all going down.
Yeah, we are. I'm punching it with my fists, man. If a fist is all it takes, then we were dead already. So what do I get?
I mean,
I'm gonna try again before
Bo
I.
did some pretty dope shit. I just want to say.
I'm trying again.
That's 2 rages used.
Yep, and it's the same roll 3 times in a row. Fuck it. I'm gonna just start. I'm gonna start throwing space attack, basically space attacks into this as gently as I can to just start trying to see if it can like absorb some of whatever the fuck's in my head.
You start just hitting the crystal, and the captain goes, "What are you doing?"
I'm kind of magic. I don't know.
Okay.
Space.
Yeah, no. And you do. You full on go Ip Man on the crystal. And while you're doing that, You're pulling the chain
What else
out.
am I gonna
The
do?
three of us are.
Yeah.
I'm
right.
just
As soon as we get within 60 feet,
I'm gonna wait for the chain. Just to try and maximize.
sure, I'll try to command the creature to calm down one more time.
Gravity.
Just freeze.
I'm just looking over both sides, trying to keep an eyes on the girls.
My
stressed.
face is kind of awkwardly like right next to Imogen's. And as we wait, I'm just like, so. All right.
And just in case it can understand me, I will use speak with animals, and I'll yell down to it. It's okay. We're not gonna harm you. I hope you can understand me. Can you?
It seemed like guttural vibration kind of comes up from the ground. And you hear, or at least take in the magical translation of, where are they?
You can talk to it.
I will open my mouth and go.
I got a vibe.
Which means they've fled behind you.
Who's they?
Whatever he's looking for.
Why don't you ask him what he's looking for?
It's just really hard to say a word in this fucking language. Might take a few minutes. Sure. I'll
Find out who attacked him.
I'll ask. Who do you seek?
My spawn. Where are they?
She or he is looking for their spawn, their kids.
Where did they last see them?
Oh, boy.
It's not keys.
toy
Yeah.
What do we?
I was always retail for
We don't know where they are.
He says, punch
We
you
are
out.
not helpful here.
I'll shout back.
Your chain is retrieved.
I got the harpoon!
We can see great distances from the air. We can climb up and search for your spawn.
And you can come with us.
Oh, well, I don't want to
Can't we-
promise that.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh boy. Terrible. Oh, I have pretty good persuasion. 14.
14. You all hear once again the words come through. Find them. I must.
Oh, we're getting the harpoon back in. My arms are so
They really
slow.
want to find their kid. I don't know if they'll let us just
Are you
go
firing?
and search.
Captain, permission to fire!
Do it!
Oh, God. Oh, wait, but I'm just making a breakthrough here.
Just say we need to
You want
attach
me to
something to
break
you to
through?
help.
No, don't do it. What did you say?
Maybe let them know that we're attaching an extra ouchie to
Maybe
make
we
sure
should
to
do that.
bring
Yeah,
it later.
Ouchie. Hold on, this is gonna
I feel like if I say we're about to impale you again, it's going to sour the conversation.
A little bit.
But we're going to shoot the creature. Let me just give it one more try to reason with it.
Okay.
All right. If we let you go, will you let those innocent people go? I say in their language.
Make one final persuasion check. The DC is higher from the previous loss. This better be a good roll.
Natural one. All right, shoot
The tentacles begin to tug at the chain.
Bullet.
All right, you're firing. Go ahead and roll. Now, I will say, roll with advantage because it is currently held in place by 2 other harpoons, so it is easier to fire on it.
He's got
Plus
3
6.
barrels in him.
24.
24 hits. All right, go ahead and roll 68.
Oh, God, okay.
Oh, I tried.
As soon as we see it attach,
Wow, 34.
as
42.
the
47.
Dang.
7.
The stick. The other two have kind of like hit it in side elements. This one kind of scores right, kind of in the core, almost triangulating its physical body. It's big enough to the point where it's doing damage, but it's not like none of these are grievous wounds necessarily.
37.
I did
37.
not roll damage,
Oh, that's right.
but I don't want to hurt it.
Well, too bad you didn't see where it was going.
Hit it with a harpoon, man.
Okay.
Not taking that back.
Ooh, you rolled high and you're like, yes.
I know.
Math wrong. Always right. Math is always right.
Shit, number was I on?
5. 5, yeah.
32.
32. You got it. So yeah, it's it's taking hits, but it's a big beast with a tough hide. But you now have it triangulated with these harpoons. The captain goes, "We good?
Yeah, we're in.
Bringing it up." They go ahead and disengage that one central part of the stock that they have.
We get our hands on
right.
the pins for the
I'm gonna
release, just in case.
And the
Pins, hold
captain's
on to
gonna
the
hear in their
pins.
head, raise it now.
I'm running over and grabbing pins.
They put forward the one ratchet that they had to hold back and put into place. The central gem goes calm for a second, and you watch now the creature's tugging. It gets pulled in. They go ahead and grab another piece and put it down. All three of them strongly begin to radiate energy, and the ship once again begins to vibrate even heavier. As it does, the wheel begins to turn, and the ship begins to pull up at an angle. I just have somebody here roll a d20 for me.
I think that'd be me, yeah.
Go ahead and add 5.
Oh boy.
No
Oh
pressure.
boy, what if the ship cracks in half?
14.
14. It begins to slowly rise, and both of you watch as the feather fall, which makes this even remotely possible. You watch as it begins to be drawn out of the dust. And now you get the first true view of this massive beast as the dust and sand falls off of its form, scattering to the ground below, burying a large portion of the nearby road. Imagine a length squid, but its central body divides into 24 long tendrils, each that ends in a long-fingered hand that grabs and wraps around. What? In the center between them, you can see what looks to be a central. There's an eye on each side of the top of the head, the one that you were looking at, and then deep underground, as you pull it free, there is a third eye underneath between all the tentacles. As it pulls out, you can see it grabbing onto the chains, and it's starting to pull itself
Oh, it's climbing up?
It's like now climbing up the harpoon chains, but the ship is carrying it. It is like airlifting it now off the side. Watches on this, it's like, are we holding out okay? Are we going okay? Please tell me we're okay.
We should do something about this.
We should get high and then just drop it.
Oh god.
No, we shouldn't. That would kill it.
Can we pull away from the caravan?
I'm doing it, I'm trying! The ship's now off to the right and just continues to move on in the opposite direction of the caravan, which at this point you can see is now getting far closer, on the cusp of getting itself up onto the rock base.
Great. I'm gonna fly and bring us back up onto the deck.
At which point the other deckhands go forward and they pull the sails forward. Woof, the wind hits, and even more force pulls it forward. The ship kind of begins to list slightly again, but just keeps itself on that angle before pushing forward further and further, and continues for about 2 or 3 minutes at as fast a speed as it can, carrying the weight kind of off in a southwestern direction.
How's it look down there? We lost sight of it a minute ago.
How close is it getting to the ship?
Is it getting closer to the
It's probably about 50 or so feet from its tender point.
Or should we lower so we're gonna drop this thing?
Yeah, we should lower down so we can drop it.
Lower it.
All right, gonna lower it.
Kill it.
And the ship begins to go, and it begins to dip quickly because now it leans into the weight.
It's definitely gonna kill something else.
All right,
but
On this thing.
On the count of 3, let's do this. Is there a way to detach these chains?
Yes, there are pins.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
All the chains dislodge and are dragged down the ship immediately. The immediate loss of weight and the amount of force behind it, it goes into a serious dive upward. Most people begin to slide back and tumble towards the back. The materials start like dragging down. I would say both Ashton and Chetney make a dexterity saving throw, because as you land and hit the wall, you look up and watch as the ammunition barrels tip over and all of the large, heavy ballista bolts start sliding in your direction.
Natural 20.
Nice.
Natural 1.
Okay. So the ship, it picks up and then eventually evens out. As you're glancing over the side and looking, you watch the chains detach. The creature falls maybe about 40, 50 feet before into the dust. And then it digs itself back into the dirt and broken ground of the Hellcatch Valley. And you watch as the pattern of its movement is continuing in a southwestern direction, away from the encounter. The caravan itself is kind of now set up camp and just kind of taking its time there upon the stony top of the hill for its own safety.
I mean, we can't help them now.
Well,
you know?
I mean,
I feel like we should. I feel like we should
It's up to
at least fly down towards the caravan and find out if they're the ones that stole the babies.
Or just, ask for money for saving them. You know.
What if they made a liar out of me? I said that they weren't responsible.
It's about now that you all look over and notice that there is a large bolt that is like partway through the abdomen of Ashton and pinning them to the the wall on the deck.
Wait, what?
I'm sorry, you were all busy. I didn't want to interrupt anything. Clearly not.
Can I?
Yeah,
Do you want me to take it out?
You do take 24 points of piercing.
Oh my god. If we yank it out of your torso,
That's
are
what
you
they
going to
advise.
bleed out?
That's what they always say.
We gotta cauterize the wound.
That's what we got letters for.
Okay.
Yeah, I can heal.
On the,
Oh, this is gonna
Pull it
hurt
out.
so
we're
bad.
gonna do this on the count of 3.
Here, hold on.
Does anyone have heat?
I'm gonna give some fabric. Just bite down.
God,
All right.
God,
I can't lie
probably
down.
gonna
There's a
hurt.
point coming out the other side.
Bite down.
He's
I'm
not in
fine.
his right
I'm
mind.
just gonna yell.
You're not in
Let's
the
do
right
it.
mind.
Okay, ready? We pulling it out?
Yeah, I'm gonna grab the back end of the.
Get ready for a cure
Right.
wounds.
1, 2,
I rage.
3.
Okay. You pull it out. Immediately as it's withdrawn, it takes some meat with it. But dark stony meat. There you go.
I'll cast a cure wounds.
Okay.
Just level 1.
All right.
Oh, okay. You healed 10 points.
That is good. Ow. Ow. Well, it's been a great day. I'm going back to sleep. Goodbye.
Does the caravan look okay?
I don't make it to
The caravan looks like it's fine.
Are we
It's
are we
settled
buzzing the
and so-
caravan, or are we just gonna go
We
about
should
our
buzz the
merry-
caravan, see if they stole the babies.
Yeah, we could let him free.
Okay.
I'm not getting
This
the
kind of thing from happening again.
Sure.
Yeah, that's true.
Take a moment to gather yourselves. At this point, the morning has now come into a proper early day. We'll say for the sake of
Brevity.
narrative brevity, in buzzing and possibly going down and visiting the leader of the caravan, they're a bit guarded, but thankful for your interaction. They do not have anything that resembles, nor do they have a space to carry anything that resembles the size of these creatures. I mean, based on the size here, you can't imagine the youngins to be too small.
Right.
And they do not have any the capacity to carry anything, and let alone keep something alive that, could be that dangerous.
I shoulder up to Chetney as we're talking to them and say, and of course we're just doing this out of the kindness of our hearts in order to help try and protect the valley and just bring a little bit more safety to it for weary travelers such as yourself, and really rely solely on charity and tips.
Oh.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, yes,
I was
please.
worried for a second.
As your ear falls off.
No.
Son of a bitch!
Did I call it?
This is what happens when you get all cheeky. Just take their shit next time.
What? And how much is our natural one?
Okay.
Tooth falls out.
They all look at each other.
Shit.
They all look at each other. The leader of the caravan nods. He goes, "Thank you very much for your help. We'll put together a tip gathering service." And they go around and do collections. And about 15 minutes of waiting patiently, they come back with a bundle that includes 2 apples, 7 copper, and like some fleece that probably got wet and is a bit mildewed and musty.
That's good fleece.
But that's what you got. That's your tip.
It's good fleece. That's good fleece. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Would you like an apple? I give an apple to Chetney.
How's it smell?
Smells good.
FCG, you want some copper?
Yeah, sure.
So weird.
Does FCG have a tongue? It just goes like,
Yeah, do you have like a silver flat for a tongue?
Let's just say yeah.
It's now canon.
But it's made of flesh.
Oh God, no!
All of a sudden, meat tongue.
Yeah, it's the only thing that's actually alive.
They were a cyborg the whole time.
I hate this.
Slowly turning back.
Flesh tongue FCG can't hurt me.
All right, set sail. We gotta get back on the road.
All right. So, a relatively eventful morning, but thankfully the rest of the day goes by without much of an issue. The gray horizons and cloud cover seems to be building up towards the south region of the valley, just enough to kind of give a coming gray evening and day or days to come. No signs of storm, but just a little bit of cover.
How many more days?
No, this is the final day.
This is the final day.
You did not roll anything that would have slowed your journey or with any major issues, it seems, and you successfully deterred the Dustra from the caravan. But eventually, the night comes, and as the sun sets and you see the small little breaks in the cloud cover above to see the familiar stars kind of reminding you of the night, the glow of Katha pushing through the clouds to give kind of a general kind of soft white hue to the ground below. That's where you see now lights in the distance. Just beyond the grooves of deep ravines and the numerous sprawling roads that carve over and through the handful of bridges that stretch across these lengthy distances where the ground itself seems to fall beneath for 100 or so feet. These paths all convene on one plateau that sits in the center of this area. And there you can see the lights of the city, Bassuras. From there, the first things that catch your eye as you get closer, as the sun just finishes setting, you see a sprawling expanse of small hovels and stone buildings and tents and what looks to be an exterior city, like a sister city around the central city, with hundreds and hundreds of small little dots of light showing life and movement through the night. You see a large, heavy road of some kind that seems to be winding through and around the city, carving into the rock below and through the ravine that surrounds the nearby space. The actual central city itself is surrounded, buttressed by this tall, red rock wall. You see where it stands at places anywhere between 30 to 60, 70 feet tall, and seems to be either built out of or built deeply into the rock that this plateau is made from. At the space beyond it, you see the glittering mass of Bassuras. Numerous convoluted city neighborhoods and sections that just kind of wind and tear through them like a jumbled trash heap with thousands of bits of candlelight and glowing firelights moving within it. You can see a half dozen or more tall smokestacks that rise far above the city, somewhat crooked in the way they make their way upward, and these small trails of black soot that drift off and gather with the clouds of the night sky. You also notice one central tower itself, the most jagged and improbable of them all. Looks like it's built from some sort of odd metallic scrap, rusted in some places, kind of ruddy and dark, other parts shiny and polished. And at the top of it, at its apex, a dull green light that seems to be almost moving, like the oddest lighthouse you've ever seen. It's about then that the light shifts in your direction, and your ship is now completely emblazoned in bright green light, like a spotlight on you.
Oh, fuck, we're back.
Is this normal?
Yeah, this is normal. It's the todic glow. It's kind of a spotlight thingy.
What glow?
The todic glow.
The light kind of veers off of it, and you know from experience that you're likely to be intercepted at some point to see what you're about.
Yep.
The captain sets their leather strap onto the wheel of the ship to kind of keep it on course. Approaches you all. Okay, so good news is we're here. Bad news is we're seen. And not really much for landing too long, because if what I've heard is correct, sky ships that stick around here end up being kind of pulled apart and taken. So I'm just going to set you down. I'm going to leave you to your own devices. And when you need me, give me about a day or so. Let me know. I'll come pick you up. Let's go. And they go back to the wheel, hitch the edge of their long pulley onto it. And as they turn the ship, the gems begin to flare for a second and then begin to descend quickly towards the outer western side of the city's outskirts.
I go over to Imogen's skirt and I pull on it. Can I ride down this time?
Ride down, what do you mean?
Well, like, Laudna got up and she got the first one. Can I go numero dos?
I wasn't planning on flying again just yet, but...
Why not?
You're more than welcome to try to climb on my back as we head on down.
Are you gonna fly?
No.
Take the piggyback ride, Chutney.
No, I don't want to spoil it. I'll wait.
Next time I fly, though, you can come with me.
Ooh! Deal.
All right.
Side note, when could you fly? When did that happen?
I don't know. I've never done it before. Just, like, seeing Orem fall off the side, it just kind of triggered something.
It started when it did.
Maybe just being on an airship, your body just acclimated. And was
Wouldn't it be
like,
funny
"It's
if I
time
could
to
do
fly."
it all along and I just never done it?
Maybe
Trusted?
If we gave you like a fish to hold, you could then suddenly breathe underwater or
I
something.
like where you're going with this.
That's a great idea, yeah.
Experiments.
I feel like we had just given you a little push on the Skyway. We could have had this going so much earlier.
Oh, God.
I'm Imogen Timalt,
what I thought
and
about.
this is Jackass.
As you get closer to the ground, you can now see, emerging from the nearest gates of the large red-walled portion of the city, a handful of dust trails beginning to come in your direction.
Welcome, party.
Tearing through the, what you know as the skids.
Yeah.
The Carmine skids. The ship begins to get close to the ground before it comes to gently rest on the dirt, as it did, kicking up a cloud around it. All right, everyone, get off now. If you don't mind, looks like we got crawlers incoming. So best to not to give them a reason to keep us here, huh? Go.
So much.
Yep.
Hey, thank you. So I go in for just a simple hug. Thank you so much for getting us here.
I'll take it.
I'm gonna try to take the
Go for it. Roll a sleight of hand.
natural 20.
Just in case. Very much not a natural 20. Hey, the least I could do. Quite literally is the least I could do. I don't really want to do this, but I owe your orc master my life and my job. So,
Sure, it's just thank you so much. Okay, bye-bye.
all right. Stay safe. Don't die. Don't get murdered. You all step off the ship, and just as fast as the last foot leaves it, it takes off and begins to head in a westward direction. It's right about then that you hear this sound. It sounds like dozens of grinding metallic devices, like axes on axes. You hear like sparks and metal being pushed and ground against other parts of jagged scrap, as well as an odd, different kind of reverberation in the ground. You all turn back over in the direction of the city, and you now see from the plumes of dust massive machines. The front themselves, these thick, wide wheels covered in like scaled spikes that just grind into the dirt as they cruise over. And the first one you get a glance at, the back of it, is built like the rear side of a sort of terrifying beast horse. A pair of back legs that just grind and push into the ground with like metallic claws. As it grinds around the side, you can see on the back of it 2 figures riding it, kind of one holding a set of handles to the back and the one in the front having almost like a set of handlebars, turning it as it grinds down. And you see about 4 more, all same general build, but variations that seem like they've been cobbled by whatever could be found, and on top of that, built to be unique to whatever the personality of its owners was. As they all come to a stop, the first one, the person who was driving it, steps off and lands. You can see a heavy set of goggles on their eyes. You can see a heavy scarf kind of waddled around their neck and thrown off the side. The scarf itself, a jet black color, and as they approach, they hold a large hand axe to one side, put the other hand out in front, and you can see on their elbow there's a black tattoo in the shape of a sun. As the hand's out, the voice goes, "Okay, who the fuck are you, and what are you doing?"
It's okay. They're just like this a lot.
I go invisible.
Ashton, are you good to talk to these people? People don't tend to like you.
We're just travelers coming in, hoping to visit some old friends, maybe do a little business, a little salvage. Name's Graymore.
Oh, you're from the house.
Yep.
Doing pretty well for yourself to come on a fucking skyship, wouldn't you say?
Well, doesn't belong to me.
Haven't seen one of those in at least 15 years.
It's the first time I've ever been on one.
Why are you here, Graymore?
Looking for somebody who pissed me off.
Give a persuasion check.
Guidance.
Nice. Roll the die that's easier to read. I don't sit there making everybody wait.
Oh no, 21.
Sorry.
Hand goes down. I can respect that. You all with him?
Sadly.
All right. Is this Rusty's first time?
No, I've been here before.
I'm as shocked as anyone I know.
Yeah. Welcome to Bassuras. You're under the protection of the Gajakantas. By that I mean, just don't get in too much fucking trouble, all right? If you do, clean it up. You're all a bit bright. I'd suggest maybe not being as bright.
Oh, right. We get out the cloaks.
Throw it over.
And don't tell anyone you took that thing in here. That's going to be the talk of the city for the next week and a half at least.
That's a very good call. Thank you.
Don't fuck it up.
Do my best. Before you take off, I was just curious. It's been a while.
What? They're listening, but they're walking back and they're like, "What you need?" And they're stepping back up onto the
Is Death
crawler.
Wish still a thing?
When is it not? Skids past, throwing dust all in your direction. You all get completely surrounded in the cloud of dust before the other ones begin to purr alive. You can see some have flame jets out of the back of it. And they're just showing off at this point. They're just trying to spook you as they all kind of ride by and then head back to the city.
What's Death Wish?
It will be the silver lining of this trip.
Yeah, but what is it?
The silver lining of this trip.
Oh, Ashton.
Gotta be something fun.
Don't worry. No one else is tracking us. I'm keeping an eye.
Where the fuck are you?
I'm watching our flank.
I'm gonna take a wild swing.
All right. Roll with disadvantage.
Natural one.
Oh yeah. It is a very wild swing. So wild that the hammer flies from your grasp and just
Oh, yep, can't do that.
I saw that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go pick that up. Oh, I gotta sleep.
All right. Well,
Where do we do that? Oh, yeah. Gotta go find a place to sleep.
Where did we get dropped specifically? Are we outside? Sorry.
you are outside the
Outside
city.
the giant walls?
You're on the outskirts of the giant walls. You are on the outskirts of the Carmine Skids. You are like essentially like outside
Outer
of
ring?
the outer ring of the city.
The Skids is almost outside the outer ring. The Skids is just kind of this place where it's a lot of people who honestly either can't or shouldn't be let in the city live.
Should we head straight into the city or spend
If
time
we can
out
find a
here?
place to sleep in the city, that would
we go to
probably
the
be
strip?
best. Oh wow. Yeah, there's got to be somewhere to sleep on the strip.
The strip. You know,
Like a
every
mall?
town's got a strip.
They have all
Like
you
a
can
whole,
eat,
like a,
steak.
a whole strip, or is that a place? The strip.
It's the Salmagunda strip.
Salmagunda.
It's a big
I'm trying to remember
marketplace,
which place has like
But I don't know if that's
the Raw Den doesn't
for
have
inns. Or, yeah.
sleeping quarters.
Yeah, it does. I mean, most so, and you'll notice this as you get in, and you'll probably inform them as you begin to enter the city. Unlike places like Drusar, which have kind of taverns in the classic sense, as they have a lot of people that travel from around the world. As you get, and you probably know this from passing through some other areas of the continent as well. They have what are called caravanserai, where like a tavern is one part bar, one part inn. Caravanserai are one part inn, one part shopping mall. It's generally has a large courtyard in the center, with a number of like carts and shops and hitching posts and place to like hitch up your beasts for the night and have a place to stay there. Bars and places to drink tend to be a little rough and tumble and outside of the sleeping arrangements, for the most part. But as you kind of giving a little bit of an overview of this, and you can expand upon this if you'd like to kind of give them an idea of what they're in for, you begin to approach the outside of the Carmine Skids. And immediately you see, now close up, a ragtag jumble of like small gathered tents, like large crates, like they carried massive war machines that have been built on top of each other and turned into a house, and have been retrofitted to be a living space. You can see bits of stone and clay that have been built up and set to be just a simple, cheap place to live. It very much has an odd, off-the-grid survivalist sense to it. And as you walk through, you can't help but notice people either not giving a shit that you're walking through or way too interested that you just walked in. There are folks that are out looking at and starting to speak and point towards the sky ship as it begins to vanish in the distance, the green light still occasionally coming onto it and kind of identifying it like a laser pointer at a distance, and begins to rouse new
Stop
interest.
and look at the ship for a minute.
Yeah. Point at it.
Wow, what is that? How cool.
Just out of curiosity, can I get a group deception check, please?
Oh, cool.
Wow, All right. Wow.
What a weird
12.
game this is turning out to be. 9.
8.
18.
26.
17.
12.
That's an interesting spread. Okay, okay. Doesn't take too long for you to work through the skids and to get the sense that you're not standing out like sore thumbs necessarily, but you're certainly not blending in seamlessly with the people who live here. As you continue further and further towards the heart of the city, seeing the Carmine walls getting taller and taller as you approach, you also occasionally glance over your shoulder and get the sense that maybe you are being followed. You glance over and see something kind of just shift off to the side. You specifically, Orem, being the eagle-eyed member of this team and already kind of feeling a bit defensive, glancing about, you see like somebody jump from a rooftop to another rooftop nearby, just a shadow shift past.
Ooh. We have a can I yank on Ashton's pant leg? I don't have to reach that way. We have a tail.
Where?
Right here.
That's not my tail.
Rooftop. Over there.
Not a tiefling.
Chetney. Fuck all. Chetney.
Yes. Still invisible.
I think we've got a tail up on the rooftops. Be cool about it. We don't want to make any waves yet. Just let's see what this is about. Maybe.
No problem. I'll bleed him quiet.
No bleeding, please. Oh,
Is he go? He's gone.
No, I don't. I drop like 10 steps or so back and like off to the side. Specifically now, keep an eye up on the roofs while they keep going.
Okay.
See what I can see.
Pressing forward and kind of quickening the pace a bit, you begin to approach the western gate.
As he's going off, I'm gonna make just a mental connection with him so we can talk.
Do you have to see the person to make a mental connection?
Why, yes, I do.
Well,
I can see within 30 feet of him.
Unfortunately, your memories.
Unfortunately, he's been invisible for quite some time, but...
Forget it then.
It's like I was never born.
The makeshift roadway here, the path that's just been carved through foot traffic and the amassing of buildings on each side leads towards the western wall and the Carmine exterior. As you can see the large torches that kind of just burn upward with the kind of black char marks that climb up a good 30, 40 feet above from the smoke and the heat. The gates are partially open, just enough for like a person to walk through one at a time. And you see two more individuals waiting there, one of which is a massive orc figure with a face mask pulled on. They have what looks to be a small helmet with a singular blade that kind of juts out like in the front. They also have the black scarf around their neck and those same dark sun tattoos on their elbows. And to the right of them, you see another figure, human, looks a bit older, very thin legs, but like a built, like muscular shelf of a torso, wearing like heavy hide armor with looks to be like spikes jettisoning from it. They also have the same black scarf and the same elbow tattoos. And as you step close to it, the orc leans out and goes,
You the out-of-towners?
Mostly out-of-towners. A couple locals coming back.
Right, Greymore, right? They said you were coming in?
Yep.
All right. Get in.
Just kind of lean over and whisper to Ashton. Word certainly travels fast here.
Yes, it does. It travels very, very fast. By the way, and spread this around, don't overpay for anything.
Wait. Chetney, don't overpay for anything.
You're gonna blow my cover.
Yeah. You're keeping a watch. Make a perception check for me.
Oh, yeah. The eyes of Chetney are upon... Fuck. 7. No, 10.
10.
I have not stopped looking either.
You can roll perception as well.
Yes.
But however, I would say with disadvantage.
Oh, I got 2 twos.
Oh, well, yeah, you are.
Then with advantage,
Yeah.
It's too crowded. I can't see over anybody.
So, you move through, kind of in single file, through the slight opening of the gate. The gate itself is about 20 feet tall, and it's made of a similar stone material. And as you move past, you can see now there is a massive, almost like a wooden breech piston on the back of each wall that is built into a giant chained wench. And you can see there's an ogre on each side that, as you step through, they begin to crank it. And as they do, it pulls, the wood begins to push against the doors, and it kind of snaps it closed behind you. You now stand within the walls of the city. And as you kind of look around, you can see the odd cityscape before you. There are little strange kind of warm yellow and red glows that seem to be from deeper into the path, and as it kind of backlights some of the tops of the nearby buildings, and it is just a ramshackle, ragged skyline. You can see there are hanging threads and cables, there are banners, there are oil lanterns and glass lanterns that dangle over intersections. It has this odd kind of nightmare bazaar meets just a unique space where everything looks like it was found, cobbled together, and then presented proudly. You continue through what is considered the western dregs, the west dregs of the city. Where are you taking them? Oh,
How do they know your last name so well?
You know, that's a story for after I've had a nice nap, I think.
Are you royalty of some sort?
No. Quite possibly the opposite.
Don't know what that means.
Let's take them to the Raha Den, I guess.
okay.
The rod?
The Raha Den. We're going to be... Don't want to stay somewhere too nice or too bad. You'll like this place. It's a lot.
At Ashton's lead, you are brought through the Dregs sectors of the city. specifically the West Dregs. And as opposed to the Carmine Skids that you pass through, this area has a similar sort of just stacked and made from whatever's available neighborhood construction, but nicer materials, more materials, better kept. By comparison to, let's say, Drusar, it still looks like an incredibly dangerous place. There are hiding spots and tunnels and pipes and all manner of what looks to be collapsed bits of masonry and buildings that have been then scavenged and built upon in the same space over who knows how long. Some buildings look extremely old, like they may have been here for hundreds of years. Others look like they were built in the past 10. And they all just kind of are pushed together and stacked up. And you can see there are walkways that kind of, in fact, there are elements of this that remind you of the interior of the core spire where you previously lived, and can see probably threads of artistic inspiration, or at least, familiar survival instincts that led to the neighborhood where the Crook House itself is embedded within Drusar.
How crowded is it? Are there a ton of people around?
At this hour, it's not terribly crowded, at least not along the streets. It's not barren either. You'd say you pass by, maybe a dozen or so people every minute. And
less crowded than Drusar, though.
Less crowded than Drusar at the moment.
This kind of reminds me of when we found Shadana's place.
A bit, yeah.
Looking through, as you begin to grow closer and closer to the central region of the city on the northern side, you keep an eye on some of the people that pass by. You see some other figures that are also wearing kind of outward intense armor that are both made for function and for intimidation. Some have blades that are woven into the leather, and the tips broken off to show that they've probably left themselves embedded in somebody else in some sort of a fist fight or a bar brawl, or it's just for show and look like they've got involved with something dangerous. You pass by what looks to be one tall, lanky, red male tiefling who just kind of his head hangs down between his long shoulders that kind of point out the sides, and his arms kind of just swing from side to side. And he just kind of mad dogs you as he passes, and as he kind of glances over at you, Imogen, kind of goes, and just walks on past.
It's nothing compared to you, Laudna. It's nothing.
He was just posturing.
Yeah, it was
Clearly has a tiny penis.
A tiny peen.
Yeah,
I go and I remove one of his Achilles tendon.
Rolled his
Yeah, bitch.
Are you?
No.
Okay.
Restrained.
Continuing inward, you can see now the lantern clusters begin to grow more and more numerous and oddly beautiful at many of the intersections and at regions in the city where it seems like more small carts are set up, where individuals are out there just kind of gathering and talking story and, in the process of eating small snacks and just kind of watching, people watching as individuals passed by. You see an older man in particular with a long pipe who's kind of bundled up in layers and layers of multicolored rags, who just kind of, every time he takes a puff, kind of lights up his face a bit, and then he blows out this awful green smoke that gives this kind of musky incense smell that first is pleasant, but then it quickly grows unpleasant as it fills the space. But up in the middle of this, a variation of that perhaps. But you do see dozens and dozens of wires that just tangle and tie together hanging above, and from that probably about 20 or so different lanterns. Some broken and have just been left up there, some that are just oil-filled lanterns that are on the very end of their wick, just giving a soft, almost firelight to it. You see a few magical baubles that are tied up into the mix that give off different colors, and it just kind of has this oddly alluring trash heap in the air kind of a vibe that also is weirdly pretty. Asshole.
Wait, is this what I'm supposed to do with this?
Yes.
Oh!
Boom.
Okay. When did you?
I don't know.
That's what
Take your time to shine.
As you get closer to the center of the city, another sound similar to what you heard when those massive constructs came through, but deeper and more distant. And you pass by what looks to be an open, kind of a shop yard, where there are all manner of contraptions and metal arches with cables that hang from it. And you can see over there are multiple tinkerers and engineers currently working on one of those machines, but this one is larger. The others can carry like 2. This may carry 4 or more individuals. It has 2 wheels in the front that have almost like these beast claws that hold onto them. And when I say beast claws, it's very much like a welder's interpretation. It's not finely made. It's multiple different types of metal and ore and ingots that have been welded and pushed and bent and hammered to kind of resemble claws, but in a kind of a rickety, easy to get tetanus kind of way. On the back, you can see multiple poles that drift up, and there are banners that tatter and pull behind, one of which looks like an eye with a claw through it, and looks like multiple drops of blood that drift to where it kind of just ends and tatters.
We're stealing one of these at some point, right? I mean,
Feels
like
like
it's
it.
a thing that we're doing?
Feels like it.
And then what catches your eye is the much brighter interior past an inner set of small walls and a broken archway that appears to have fallen from the center, but it still kind of gives you the entrance to what is the Salmagunde Strip. Here, you immediately see what is a massive, vibrant marketplace. Those same clusters of lights and lanterns are everywhere. It's almost like a network that doesn't end. Like when you see those large clusters of seaweed that gathers over the ocean, like elements of those stretched across, almost blanketing at every major intersection between multiple buildings, sometimes just like singular threads of cable keeping them together, but it is just a web that continues and spreads and pulls all across. And from here you can see all manner of warmly lit buildings with raucous laughter and what sounds like fist fights going on. You can hear hard music playing, discordant, out of tune. You can see groups of individuals wandering out and just vomiting on the side of the road and going right back in for another round, as well as these large multi-tiered buildings that themselves are lit even brighter from the inside with arch entryways, and you can see there are hitching posts on the outside, and there's quite a bit of foot traffic going in and out. Eventually coming upon one that you see that is made of stone and glass and silk that rises 3 stories up towards the kind of central portion of this. You know this to be the Rahaten. There is a vast courtyard as you step through. The interior of the structure itself is roofed, and you can see there are some nice kind of mural-like paintings, but some of it's just kind of with age become weathered, the colors have faded. In other areas it looks like there's just damage, something impacted heavily and some of the stone broke off and fell in, and you can see there are some boards kind of holding elements of it up. It looks like it could probably use some repair. People kind of push past you. Some folks kind of just watch as you enter, kind of keenly, trying to take in the details of folks they haven't seen before. And then as you reach towards the center of the structure, it opens up into the courtyard where there are dozens and dozens of carts and small huts and tents. You can see there are barkers, individuals holding up food, and you can smell just a mixture of all manner of dishes and meats and herbs and fried vegetables. And it is, from what your entrance to the city felt like, an unexpectedly familiar and comfortable smorgasbord of probably whatever you could want at this hour after a tiring day of travel. So, what would you like to do?
Rooms and food. Rooms and food.
Rooms and food, yeah.
Rooms and food.
Jenny, are you here?
Yes. Keep an eye out for pickpockets too. It's crowded.
Has anybody been coming near the group? Have they been giving us a reasonable berth?
Most everyone's giving a reasonable berth, from what you can tell. This isn't the kind of place you gather, at least at this hour, where strangers are immediately approached by the general populace. Both of you make perception checks.
What about our tag along? I was just about to ask.
Yeah, what about our tag along?
How many rooms, Asa?
19 this time.
15 for me.
Tag-alongs are really fucking
Three rooms, 2 rooms.
big fan of
I'll use my
triplets.
nose too.
Say three rooms.
Did you know the password over there? Huh?
Yeah, we'll
How'd
do
you know the
3 rooms.
password?
Okay. So you approach the main kind of circular desk that sits towards the southern edge of the courtyard, and there you see the massive female Pakidan, the tall elephantine female proprietor of the inn and room section of this caravanserai. She turns big toothy smile with these long tusks that are adorned with all manner of like brass and gold, and you can see like dangling chains from them. The rest of the body, it's dressed in like billowing silks of blue and white. They spin around and kind of lean over the edge, looking down at you, Ashton. Why, hello. What can I get for you?
I'd like to grab a couple rooms, or a few rooms. 3 if you've got them, as close together if possible.
They look back behind the desk. That can be accommodated, yes. That would be for the 3 rooms. 1 gold, 2 silver for the night.
I can do that. I'm going to pay entirely in silver. So.
All right.
That's 11 silver.
Take the back staircase. It'll lead you to the 2nd floor. From there, you will find the rooms with these key numbers.
Thank you. Food's going to be open late?
It never closes.
Thank you, thank you.
Pakidan have fingers?
Yes. They're thick fingers, and when they're balled into a fist, it can almost act as like the thicker trunks of the back legs.
Okay.
But they do have fingers, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Let's put our... I wouldn't even say let's put our stuff down. Let's just put as much of our stuff into the just going to call it the memory hole. I don't have a better term for it right now.
Memory hole.
Yes, we better remember what we put in there.
Yeah, let's do it in the room, though.
We'll do it in the
sure.
room.
What stuff do we have?
And then, yeah, just, it can get a little rowdy. So, be cautious.
Okay.
Gonna check out our rooms.
All right. The rooms are fine. They're definitely serviceable. You can sleep here, but this is not necessarily the upper scale of living across Marquet.
Are they more like hovels, or are they more like canvas tent type of things, or like shacks?
Going up in the 2nd floor, on the outer rim of the, because there is not really an outer wall that you can tell on the upper shelf of the caravanserai. There is a back wall, and then there is the rest of it is tightly pulled fabric.
Okay.
And it can be closed and it can be locked off, but it's not necessarily a super secure room.
Yeah, well, we've got our stuff safely put away, so we're fine, right?
We'll be on watch, too.
Yeah.
Just to be careful before we go. What do I have? Does anybody have something small?
Like what?
I don't know, like a one of those jacks, or like
Got a ball bearing?
something that doesn't roll necessarily.
I've got wooden feet.
I've got a caltrop.
Fish hook? Yeah, cow chop. That'll work, right?
As long as it's small, like the size of like a silver piece.
300 gold diamond?
That'll do it.
I have this piece of moldy felt that I just got.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I got some...
3 pieces of wood.
Fleece.
3 pieces of wood.
3.
3. Small. Just extra stuff.
I have a thimble.
That'll do.
What's wrong with my fleece?
Oh, thimbles roll, though.
It's got to be big enough to not slip under a door.
Does it need to look like anything?
Nope. In fact, better if it doesn't.
But I need just some direction,
This feels like a riddle.
I know, you really got to start filling us in on some
I'm
stuff,
going to need
Ash.
your help with this. So I put an object in your room.
My room.
Yeah, the room that you guys are going to be using.
Alright.
Put it. I'm going to slowly shut the door, and I need you to back that up against the door. If you can do that with your.
Here, this one's shaped like a circle, this one's shaped like a square, this one's shaped like a triangle.
None of those are useful.
But I needed...
I'm just kidding. Give me 2.
Which ones?
Whichever 2 you like best. Not the circle. Square and triangle.
Triangle! Ah!
Worth
Boy,
every
who's
penny.
hungry?
I see.
So
Set 'em
with
up.
each door after it's closed, I'm gonna like use my mage hand to pull it right against the doors.
You've got it.
Just to
And
see
We'll
how
know
safe
if
these are.
anything-
And to help kind of clarify the spaces you have, like when you walk into the room, the hall that leads to it is enclosed, and there is like a wall that it's against, and you go through the door into it. Each of these rooms is built on a platform, and it's a solitary platform that kind of goes out and exists not next to the other rooms. There is a 10-foot gap between each one, and there's like a dip, about a 10-foot kind of slide that goes underneath it. Like they're kind of built like spokes on the outside of a tower. And from there, the rest of the walls on each side and across the way are tightly pulled canvas that is affixed to poles, and it allows airflow in the hotter days and allows comfort and insulation during the night.
So if you were gonna break into these rooms, you wouldn't be doing it through the doorway.
If you didn't want people to know you were in there.
Right.
But the walls, they're not haphazard either. It comes with its own challenges. You could cut your way into it, yeah.
So this is not. If you didn't want anyone to know, you'd use the door.
There's nice units.
But yeah,
let's go get some food and some drink because I feel like shit.
It feels like glamping.
Kind of.
A little bit. And happily answer questions.
All right. So you quickly enough can find yourself a number of areas within the caravanserai here, within the Rahaden, where food is available of all different kinds. You can essentially look for whatever you're looking for, something meat-oriented, something more soup or curry-oriented. If you're looking for something more vegetable-based, tofu-based, it's all pretty much available here in some way or another. Usually thicker broths, as well as some, let's say at this hour, it's a little more limited. Some of the more boutique and specific meals seem to have closed up cart for the night, but the more all-night circumstances are readily at your disposal. But food is yours, and there are spaces to sit, or you could go back to your rooms if you'd like.
Let's sit and grub, man.
Yeah, let's
Let's do a little people watching.
Maybe we can get a little bit of everything and, just kind of have like a sampler. Like
Poo-poo platter.
Sure.
I hate that phrase, but yes, exactly.
Have you guys let any of us know that there's somebody tailing us?
Yeah. Well, I didn't.
Who has the thing that detects if Armand Treshy is around?
Yeah, do we
Oh,
want
yeah.
to wait till
Who has
morning
that?
to put
I
it?
think I have that.
Can we use that once
I've
a day?
got the scrying.
Yeah, we should print
Sure.
it out.
Yes, let me do it in one of our rooms.
It's in somebody's inventory. I don't remember.
It's fine.
It's yours?
Yeah, let's grab all of our food and we'll go do that in the rooms.
All right.
See if he's within a couple miles, right? It has a couple mile range.
Something like that.
I'm gonna stay outside the rooms and just keep an eye.
Okay. Roll a perception check for me.
Perception check.
Oh!
Talking to you, Chet.
Didn't even perceive the
13!
Got it. Noted. All right. So you're pulling out the sphere.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it is like it's a small kind of almost looks like a fiberglass sphere. It has that when light hits it, it has this kind of odd striation and expansion of light that it doesn't act like a normal crystal ball. And it's been kind of dull since you've achieved it, and you've looked at it a few times during the journey, and it just kind of looks like what it does. No real change in perspective. As you pull it out this time, you see within it there is almost like a bright blue firebug glow that sits in it, and it's pushing towards one side of the sphere.
Which side? What
Turn
direction
around.
would it be?
From where you are now, and knowing kind of the iteration of the city, it would be in a southern direction, kind of slightly southwest. And as you turn around, it shifts within to ensure that you can pinpoint the direction. It kind of just continues to focus in the direction.
Okay.
I don't know our orientation. Is that pointing towards the center of the city, or?
It is. So the Salamander Strip is on. It kind of devours the northern edge of the city. So it pointing to more of a southwestern direction.
Okay.
Could be as far as the South Dregs if
could be.
Okay.
How far did Estros say that thing tracked?
It's about
Like 3 miles.
2 or 3 miles.
Comedy.
So, the question is, do we sleep, rest, and go after this guy in the morning, or what if we go to sleep and wake up and the dot's gone and we've lost him forever?
Well, we could, take watch and take turns and see if it moves.
Does it just work always? Can we use it 100 times a day?
If I just kind of
doesn't seem to be changing or diminishing. You didn't activate it. As soon as you just pulled it out and looked at it, it had the glow in proximity.
As we're talking, how well can I hear them from the hallway area of this?
I mean, from the hall, not too well, because the wall that leads outward is pretty well insulated, and the door itself fits very snugly against that wall. You'd have to listen from another room to really.
Sounds like Charlie Brown's adults when they talk.
Yeah, pretty heavily muffled.
Oh, wow.
I could use some sleep. I am kind of drained. I can't imagine, Imogen, that you flew a lot today. It's been a day.
Yeah. I mean, sleeping would be nice,
It
but
would be nice.
I certainly don't want to let Treshy get away either.
Well, how about this? We have somebody stay up, in shifts like we do and keep an eye on the ball.
If it goes,
out,
Isn't that what I suggested?
we know what direction.
we know
Not a
he's
worm.
gone too far, and we need to get up and move.
And have a good sense of which way to start.
Correct.
How big is the city all the way around?
The walls themselves, you'd probably be looking at a 4 mile.
So it's very possible to stay in the city.
4
and
miles
vanish,
across
but-
from edge of the wall to wall, and then the skids expand it from there.
Sure. So it'd be very possible to still be in the city, even if they could hit the outskirts of the city and we would lose them, but it wouldn't mean they were necessarily out of the city yet.
Sure. All right.
All right.
Okay.
He could be sleeping.
Yeah. Yes, we could.
In fact, I'm going to. You said we know which way is north, south, east, west. I've got a general. I'm going to set the sphere in the center on the ground and just draw a little compass around it, pointing
Okay.
in the directions and all the cardinal directions.
So we'll know if it moves a little bit.
Correct.
Hey, that's so smart.
Good looking out.
And
That's
but put it in. Too tired to fight. Set it in the center and just see for a second if it seems to be trailing one direction or another.
Okay. Make a perception check.
That one has been failing me. What the fuck? It's actually not as bad as I thought it was. It's still not great though. 14.
14. You take some time and just focus, looking for any sort of shifting in the blue glow. But you don't notice any sort of shifting, no signs of it kind of drastically going to a different direction in the city or any sort of movement at the moment. It seems pretty stationary.
Probably sleeping.
And
as well. We should do that then.
The farther away he is, the less perceptible any kind of shift in that is going to be.
That's also true.
Do you know of any good inn on the south side if we wanted to relocate tomorrow?
Define good.
Somewhere he'd stay.
If I were him, I would not stay somewhere good. And I also might add, I think that we're currently in about as good as it gets.
I just, do you know of any place?
There's one place in the South Dregs.
Okay. Yeah, maybe. Shit. Okay. Yeah. Fucking South Dregs.
Fucking South Dregs.
Hate you.
Does it have a name, Ashton?
Yes.
Is it Death Wish?
South Dregs. It's no. God, are we really doing this?
No, I have to.
It's called A Taste of Tal'Dorei. Oh, Jesus.
Is that a theme
It's a
restaurant?
shitty buffet. Please tell me it's a casino buffet.
It's a shitty theme restaurant.
It's a shitty theme restaurant.
Is there a diver that comes out in the middle?
Oh my god.
It's been a while.
I've always wanted to.
But I remember being just embarrassed for even being myself every time I went in there.
Did you work there?
No!
Were you a cliff diver?
You worked there!
Did you juggle?
Don't juggle.
Just lower the flags after people got
It just,
the order.
it's,
Yeah. Did you joust?
you know, there are things I will answer about this place. There are things that I want to keep secret that I will let you know about what they are. This is one thing that I don't think I could describe accurately. It is its own special.
Guys,
Can't wait to see it. I've
when
always
you
wanted to
ask
visit Tal'Dorei.
Ashton a question,
Oh, boy.
the answer comes in 24 to 48 hours.
Thank you. I have a lot to read here.
Taste of
I just don't like talking when we're walking around the city.
Should we sleep tonight?
Let's sleep and then sleep, but somebody should keep guard. We should take
I will.
watch.
I'll keep guard.
Okay. So,
We eat food and shit.
yeah. You finish your meals, you go to your corresponding rooms, and you're taking first watch.
Mm-hmm.
All right, go ahead and roll perception for me.
As we get ready for bed, I'm just gonna pull Imogen aside and say, "Hey, do you? This seems like a weird time and place to do it, but if you're interested in that dream thing, just let me know when a good night is to maybe do that, and I could try it,
Yeah, I'll let you know. Thank you.
and I'll get Laudna
Right,
too.
yeah, I'll let you know.
Okay,
Thank you.
sure, anytime."
Okay. What'd you roll for perception?
23.
23. Listening out and keeping watch, there's a couple of moments where you pick up sounds. At one moment, it sounds almost like somebody is climbing the exterior, and you get nervous and about to let people know, and then you just hear laughter from it as somebody falls and hits the ground, and you hear someone like, "I told you couldn't do it! Stupid drunken sot!" And footsteps wander off a bit. Another part of the night, you hear like heavy flapping, like some sort of desert bird has landed atop where you're resting. And then eventually, after about an hour, takes off. But nothing else worries you. You can still hear, though you are sleeping because you are exhausted, no matter where you are, the odd thing you catch is the music and the kind of liveliness of the caravanserai is ever present. And when you're in your tent, it is interesting because it's slightly muffled from the inside. But you notice any sound coming from the inside of it is gone. There is like a mild enchantment on the rooms, the material that makes them, that prevents sound from emitting from the inside. But you can certainly hear it from within. But no issues on your watch. Who's taking next watch?
I'll take it.
Oh, wait.
Uh-oh. Oh, shit.
What do I want to do?
What do I want to do?
I'm going to go over to FCG.
Okay.
She's the kid who goes, without having anything to say. Hey, I got a joke.
I take his wheel.
You're in sleep mode?
Eyes are totally clouded over. Green screen. Fleshy tongue hanging loose.
No,
that's not it.
Not canon.
There's a little curse.
I am going to look around the frame of FCG and try to look for any buttons.
Buttons?
Like the push?
Like pushable buttons or like clothing buttons?
Just like no, like a pushable button, like a switch.
I don't know.
Make an investigation check. Investigation or perception, really, your choice.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Help you one.
Well, that's not very good. 14.
14. You give a pretty thorough view based on what's visible and how FCG is resting. You don't really see any buttons. You do see some shapes and patterns that look like they're somewhat circular in places.
Look for the dirt button.
Okay. I'm gonna lean in and give him. Just start sniffing him.
Okay. Now you have a fairly decent sense of smell, and there is kind of an iron-like, kind of like wet metal smell, if you know what I mean, as well as, I'd say, a scent of old wine and ale that's probably been settling within the internal cavity when you briefly used it as a canteen.
Ooh, stinky in there. I'm going to take my hand with the claws, and I'm going to just drag it across the blades of grass on the front of his chest. Huh. All right, I'm gonna go to bed.
Okay.
Does that wake you up? Is that why you take
Yeah, so you go to take your watch because the first thing you see when you wake up is Fern's claws just scraping across the front of your chest.
Why'd you do that?
I was just tracing the blades of grass.
Oh.
On your
Weren't you
chest.
supposed to be like watching?
I absolutely was. I was. Just checking it all, making it all, just checking it. And I check on you guys when you're sleeping to make sure everybody is, you
Thought
know.
you'd come over and just rub me a little.
Well, let's not make it weird, but just making sure.
Well,
I think we should clean you out a little bit because you're starting to smell a little rusty on the interior of your body.
Okay.
I don't need to do it. Someone else, we can go to a spa or something.
Sure, maybe just like flush me out with some water or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. All right, you need anything?
No, I think. Well, I need a little wood.
Oh, like a little piece of wood?
Yeah.
Okay, how small?
I don't know. It's big. It's kind of big.
Okay, I'll see what I can find or take tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe when we shop tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll find something for sure. Okay. I'm gonna peek out the window real quick. Do we have a window?
It's not so much a window more than it's like a split of curtain that you can go ahead and pull open, and there is almost like an oval shape in the furthest most wall of pulled material.
What's the moon situation?
Glancing over what you can see, from your current perspective, you can look out through the window actually and glance up, and you can see the kind of the dark, ruddy coloration of Ruidus in the sky. Katha is kind of maybe an hour away from vanishing beneath the distant mountain line.
Okay. Good night.
Night.
Okay. For your watch, roll perception.
Before I do that, I arc my cranium down and just check. Did she smudge or scratch or anything?
Did you intend to smudge or scratch
No,
anything?
I was literally just tracing the blades of grass with my fingers.
Okay, so no damage, nothing changed.
Just sort of stare at her and make sure that she falls asleep.
I feel him staring.
I don't blink.
Oh.
I didn't need to. All right, I'll start my watch.
Okay.
What is this? Perception?
Perception.
20.
20, okay. Pretty uneventful. I'd say about another 2 hours into it, you also hear some sort of large bird landing outside.
Having been in town before, is this a normal occurrence?
I mean, occasionally, but it still sets your nerves on edge.
Sure. How close?
Maybe like 20 feet.
20 feet, like straight up?
Like up and somewhere that you can't really see. You're just hearing it through the through
Are
the
there
air.
windows?
There is that you can glance like through that opening, the material across
I
the
will
way.
pull open the material and just sort of look out and see if I see anything.
You see kind of further up the kind of rising towers, the barely the shape. You don't have dark vision, do you?
No, I don't.
And given the perception you gave, you could see the general outline of something kind of rustling its wings, but it's just resting on the tower.
I'll immediately close the curtain and just sort of back up slowly and soundlessly into the corner and sort of shrink down and go behind a chair or something and just sort of wait and look up at the ceiling, listening for anything.
Okay. It just stays there until the end of your watch comes. It seems to have either roosted or gone to sleep for the rest of the night.
All right. Chetney. Chetney. Yes, what? Sorry. Okay. Sorry.
No.
Are you doing next watch?
Yeah, I mean,
Can you?
I am now, yeah.
Can you? Isn't this the
Yeah,
third?
I
one?
thought that was the third. Second watch.
There's something out there.
There is?
I need you. I need your cunning.
Oh.
I need you to. No, it's the other one.
I get bats in the cave all the time.
Can you go out there and just look up and see if you can see like a big fucking bird?
Fucking bird.
A bird? A bird.
Sure.
Just see what it looks like.
Oh, I'm supposed to be watching the ball.
Okay. Like a big bird?
It's huge.
All right. Now, use the chisels to part the draperage.
Okay.
Do you have dark vision?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, that's I got you.
Make a perception check for me. This will be for your watch as well.
Can I use my nose as well to get advantage? A little sniff and a look?
Guidance.
I'll say since this creature's far enough away, and I'd say no for this one. This is more of a visible one.
Guidance is a
I got
D4.
I got you.
19.
19. Indeed, you see some sort of like large hawk-like animal that's kind of roosted up against the tower. You can see kind of in some of the design grooves of it, about 15 or so feet up, there is some gathered bits of like dried brush, like a small nest has been settled, and it's just kind of like nestled in and asleep. Its head cranes over and glances over. As it does, you can see like the nearby lantern light, the eyes kind of like glint just a hint as it moves past the moonlight.
There's like a hawk outside.
Is it a beautiful bird or sort of a mangy bird?
Did it look like a normal hawk-ish from
It looked like a normal hawk.
I mean, it looked like your standard fair hawk. It looks like there was a nest. Didn't seem to be made of fingers or anything. Just, normal shit.
So it's got a nest here.
Seemed like it. Well, there seemed to be something that it was...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not mangy.
I'm no judge of hawk, but...
All right.
Seemed pretty like a basic ass.
If it comes in here, kill it.
Would it come in?
I don't know, but
Who
it
used to
doesn't
live here? Do they fucking intrude like that? I'll open it up and wear it like a hat.
If it's the one I'm thinking.
The one you're thinking?
It doesn't sound like it, though. It doesn't
They're all sleeping.
sound like it,
I
though.
need the story. What happened?
Well, now I can't sleep.
You start with, it was a night like this one. Hold on.
It was a night like this one.
Oh, God.
Except it was the night when everything changed. There's a bird. There's a bird that hates me. It wants me dead, or worse, humiliated.
Why, FCG? Why?
I don't know. I don't know what I did to it, but it hates me and won't let me alone. It's unrelenting. It chases me everywhere I go in the waking hours and the evening hours. It haunts me.
Take my hand. I won't let this hawk take you.
Well, it's not a hawk.
I don't think this son of a bitch.
That's why I don't think this might not be it. So
My chisel is yours.
all right.
I swear.
Thank you.
Are we bonded now?
Oh, is that what you were trying to do?
I'm showing genuine interest in you.
I think that's very nice of you. You were trying to help me there.
Did this creature chase you out of this place before?
No, it chased me around. It's always overhead, waiting for me to expose myself.
Understood. I may use you as bait, but
no, please don't.
We'll get it. No, it's okay. The less you know,
the better.
Don't tell the others. They'll think that this is foolish, but...
What, being scared of a hawk?
It's not... I'm not scared of the hawk. I just don't know what it wants from me. And also, it's not a hawk.
I can't imagine what it would want. Well, if you recall or recollect any more details...
It's got a name.
Oh! You lead...
What is it? Well, I named it. It's named Shithead. Because it shits on my head whenever it sees me.
Oh my god.
Okay. You know, I've been around for a minute, and I feel like your experience could be a shared one.
Don't tell the others.
No, I won't.
This is you and me thing.
There are a group of people that have made it through this same experience that you have. But this will just be you and me until Shithead comes down. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Does he have any markings, a color?
He's mangy.
Is he missing an eye?
He's missing some feathers.
Okay.
He has hate in his eyes.
Has he got both of his feet?
I think so.
Okay.
He's large.
Does he have a particular, like, squaw or cry that...
Yes.
Okay, you'll let me know if you hear it.
It's horrifying.
Okay, you call it out. What's our code word if you hear it in the distance? Because I may not be as attuned to it as you are.
Shithead?
Shithead, okay. I got your back on this.
And my head.
And your head.
All right.
And keep that dome squeaky clean.
All right, thank you.
Oh, shit.
Head.
Sleep, gentle FCG. Sleep.
Sunglasses.
I touched the blades of grass. Sorry. I was trying to
smudge it all. All right.
The rest of the watch is somewhat uneventful, but sure, you're now considered a trusted companion through a shared secret and oath of protection. I'll allow it. But the sun does rise here in the Hellcatch, and the you expect it to be warmer, especially when the light begins to hit the sleeping side of an inn. It tends to bake the interior as temperature rises. But thankfully, the material it's made from lets just enough air through that it's much more comfortable, kind of wind chilled. Also, the kind of grayer dappled skies that you saw the day before have definitely kind of pushed in a bit. And so while it is still the valley, it doesn't feel quite as sunbeaten and bright as it was upon your approach in previous days. But the morning is yours as you all begin to awaken and find yourself here amongst the city, now loud with movement and voices and work and the distant sounds of mechanical tools and grinding and the occasional sound of what sounds like one of these crawler engines. What would you like to do?
Has the dot moved in the orb?
It looks like it hasn't moved for the night, actually.
All right.
It's pretty stationary.
What do you think? Should we get up and head towards it?
Yeah, we came here for a job.
Yeah, I checked it most of the night that I was.
Move? Did it ever try?
Was it still facing the same direction?
Just stayed real
It is.
still.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's head towards it, and if we decide to get some brunch, there is an option.
There's a grilled corn on the cob cart that I'm just gonna be
okay. That's fine. It's good actually because the food there's you'll find out.
Easy enough to gather food for the morning. You go ahead and load up whatever your sustenance choices may be. And
I'm gonna take my coins and tuck them inside my shirt and everything so that they're not jingle jangling around.
You got it.
I got spurs that jingle, jangle, jingle.
Oh. Also, as I wake up, I immediately look at pate and sashimi from where I place them next to me. Do they move? Are they in a, erotic position?
Actually, no. They seem comfortably still basking in the afterglow.
I just kind of look at them and I wink and I'm like, I was tired last night too.
I see.
gather them.
I see Lada doing this, and I say, "Oh, I see you're focused. It seems like it's missing something, doesn't it?" Oh, I was working last night. I have something for you. So I started on your request for, a girlfriend for Pate, but then you picked up that piece of shit. So I just figured, I don't know how domesticated they want to be, but I figured if they wanted to explore more of like an official thing, this is from that tree in Eaton Square, and I just figured they could,
You see her lip quiver.
I just wanted a more rustic approach, not as refined.
It's beautiful.
They'll carve their own story.
It reminds me of the shacks that Pate and I stayed in when we traveled across Taldore, and now they have a shack of their own. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're so welcome. Oh, you're very tall. This is very awkward.
They deserve happiness.
They do. And that way they can do things that you seem to want them to do behind closed doors instead of out in the open. Like
their privacy. It's important to a healthy relationship.
Walls, it also get creative.
Thank you.
You're welcome. But lug it around forever. You can just throw it in the hole or whatever. It's your call.
I'm just gonna go over and shove it in their faces. Look what he made you. Look what you have. Stop looking at me!
All right, gathering yourselves and your materials and tools and weapons and goods. What are you off to?
Southeast.
Okay.
Bouncing ball.
Okay. You exit from the Raha Den and begin to weave through the Salagunda Strip. You get first sense that these busy days, the hustle and bustle, there's small levels of violence aren't that uncommon. Even just last night as you came in, occasionally you see someone punch somebody else out to kind of just deal with the moment of frustration. And occasionally you see some major arguments, some heated arguments turn into fisticuffs. But there isn't so much of a rule of law around here. As much as you were told when you arrived you were under the protection of the Gajakandas, you're not certain how far-reaching that might be. But what does catch your ear, as you move maybe a block and a half beyond the Raha Den, is a shout to your right. A voice that just goes, "Ha! Can't get away, can you?" And you hear another voice go "Give us your sword and drop it on you, if you know it's good for you."
That sounds like someone in distress.
Just an open, but we can't see this. We hear this from around a corner.
You hear this off to the right hand side as you're walking, and no one else around is giving a shit. They just keep doing their thing.
Can we see what it is?
Yes.
Who it is?
You glance down. You're passing by some of the ramshackle buildings, and there is a couple of larger protrusions of stone and rock, and there's an alleyway that leads behind where you can see tents and some left scrap and garbage, and you see somebody standing there. Who's kind of in shadow. You can't really make out their details, and you see other figures just kind of beginning to encircle around them. They have weapons out. You see one kind of standing up on the stone area, who's just kind of hands out in front, rubbing them, and you see other figures, weapons drawn, encircling them.
That's some shitty bullshit.
And so at that point, you hear a voice call for help. It was a very quiet call for help.
Quiet voice.
But if I could have, there it is.
Over there.
Somebody help me!
What a smoky voice.
Indeed, as the voice shouts, Erica, if you wouldn't mind joining us at the table.
Hello.
Sorry, let me move my dollhouse.
It's beautiful.
Isn't it? They're gonna be so happy.
Cool. Let's see how that turns out.
More?
Yeah.
So,
You're good. Did you move? No, you're good.
as you all glance down and see this scuffle happening, Seeing this scuffle happening, the figure that appears to be encircled by this troop of aggressive figures, if you would describe who they see in the middle of them defending themselves.
You see a very slight, wayfish-looking elf. Clearly, you can tell by the pointy ears. They have close-cropped black hair, tousled a bit. They have armor, the color of the autumn, that's clearly in disarray. And they have a rapier by their side that they're clutching guardedly. The rapier has shards, what look to be crystals, and interwoven metal barbs on the hilt. They have a tattoo climbing up their arm of the ocean waves, but rendered out in polygonal fractals. And she looks very, very afraid. Please, I don't, this is all I have.
Good, and it's all we're gonna have. Chop it, you live. No, we cut you and leave you.
No! And I lunge forward a little bit with the rapier, and you can tell that there's a bit of knowledge there. Like, clearly there's fencing skills, but it's rusty.
You especially pick up on this, Orem. What are the rest of you doing?
How close are we?
You're probably about 70 or so feet. You're like just at the edge of the road, and the alleyway kind of leads in from there.
That's a little rough. I say we're in, and I'm
that.
running straight into it.
Okay.
And the people they're dealing with, go ahead.
No.
The people that they are dealing with, there are no tattoos on the elbows. This is
make a perception check.
Oh, good call.
not great. 14.
14. Not that you can see at this distance, but it's also, they're kind of in the shadow of the alley anyway. You probably have to get a bit closer.
Okay.
However, as you're looking in, you see Ashen charges in, and as you go rushing in, they kind of look over the shoulder and notice the approaching troop that is you, which means whether or not you're ready, the rest of you are being pulled into this, and we'll jump into combat here right after a break. So I'll be back here in a few minutes. Welcome, Erica! Welcome. We'll get to jump into whatever this chaos entails here in just a few minutes. So hang tight. We'll see you in a few.
The tale of Aurora and the Five Realms is ancient. It began long ago when the dragons arrived from another world. But a great evil had followed them. Together, we stood against it, the dragons at our side. Yet evil does not release its grip so easily. And in our most desperate hour, a powerful being was set forth to turn the tide. Alas, our victory came at great cost. The world of Aurora broke into 5 realms, each its own plane. They became harsh places to survive, each realm with its own unique challenges. Exploring these hellscapes was pivotal to survival, though rarely an easy task. Then the dragons turned on Aurora, and our survival became harder still. The dragons changed and became savage. But we learned to adapt and overcome these challenges. The time is nigh. You are our final hope for survival. But first you must survive Aurora.
D&D is for everyone, and D&D Beyond makes it super easy to play. And I am about to start a new campaign, so today I am going to create a new character. You know what I love to be? I love to be a gnome. All right, I'm thinking about what class I want to be for this campaign, and I know that some of the rest of my party are going to do magic users. So I think it would be fun to play someone very practical and down to earth. I think we're going to go barbarian. I would like her to go ahead and have some athletics. And survival. I like to choose the standard array for the ability scores when I'm determining what I'm good at and what I'm bad at. Let's put our highest score in strength, and then our constitution. And I feel like I have a nicely balanced set of skills now. All right, now for background. There is a sailor background. You sailed on a seagoing vessel for years. This maybe gave me some intimidation. Add that starting equipment. So I think the right name for my gnome is gonna be Rip Scrumble. And then what does she look like? I think that's gonna be a good fit for us, but that is not the only thing I get to set. Let's give Rip Scrumble the spirit board frame. This beautiful one. And for theme, I mean, let's stick to what we're doing here. Let's go Living Blood. Rip Scrumble is good to go. Anyone can register and start creating characters right now. You can subscribe to get unlimited characters. You can unlock more options by picking up various books, but the free basic rules will always be there for you, so I hope you will join us. D&D is for everyone, and D&D Beyond makes it super easy to play.
What mighty hands now turn the age's wheel, as godly grace gives way to mortal foe. Our champions have fallen prey to comfort, as dire children chase the matron's wake.
Cities soaring, framed by ebbing stars, shake against the echoes of an old hunger and festering wounds from schisms long since past. Surely they knew a distant future reckons. Surely they heard the howl of the calamity. How could they?
The wheel must always spin, its gilded fulcrum rotting from within.
Laura Bailey here. Let's see what's up in the Critical Role shop. Style should never be a dumpster, darling.
You need this? You probably need this.
Look at this. Isn't it fashion? So much fashion happening here. Go ahead, darling. Treat yourself. Could anything be more perfect? And hey, if you want, you could head over to the Critical Role shop right now.
Hey, critters, it's me, Marisha Ray. I had exactly a minute and a half of free time today, so I thought I'd make a little unboxing video for y'all, unpacking everything you get with a Twitch subscription to Critical Role. Okay. Safety third. The fuck was that? Oh. So the first thing we've got here is our live and professionally moderated chat. Twitch is the only place that you can actually get this. You know, it's a little strange to hold because it's an amorphous concept, but honestly, you can't deny this craftsmanship. It's really well made, and oh, you can post links in this too. That's really cool. So yeah, put that in your chat and click it. Oh, yeah, this is cool. This is the ability to watch all of Critical Role's VODs immediately after the live broadcast ends and before they're uploaded to YouTube. Oh, it smells like ranch? Oh, wait. Oh, no, that's me. I had ranch on my salad earlier. Yeah, this smells like nothing. Oh, here we have gift subscriptions, which you can either give to a fellow critter by name or at random using a fancy Twitch algorithm. You can give away a lot of subs with this, which I guess it's why it's so heavy for something that's technically non-tangible with a value that's deeply subjective to the consumer. Oh, sick. Yeah, I'm so excited to show you all this part. With the Twitch subscription to Critical Role, you can use all of our incredible custom emotes in chat. We have so many emotes in here. Let's see, we have Arc Dad, super cool. Yeah, we got Ashley Hype, fun one. Oh, look at Trinket here. He's so oh god. Broom, hang on. I can fix this. I'm fixing it. Jerry! Oh god, okay. I'm sorry, Trinket. Yeah, that'll work. I need more glue. This is not gonna be enough. Don't tell Rachel, okay? Okay, please, nobody. Shakira, will you cut this out?
And welcome back. So, let's fucking roll some initiative, y'all.
Erica, you just got here and we're already in a combat, and the combat is brought to you by D&D Beyond. For limited time, all D&D Beyond.
So one way. Look at those houses! That's what Ashley just I want to live there. It's so cool. I've always wanted to be at the table because Matt brings out like a battle map, like he's bringing out a cake that he's just baked for his map. He's very proud of me.
It's
like,
valid.
Look what I brought.
It's valid.
This map is almost as good a gift as the free Acquisition Inc. Content you can get on D&D Beyond right now at dndbeyond.link/critters. Okay, let's go.
Okay, look. Wow. That's over there.
I love these houses.
Beautiful.
Indeed. All right, and so standing up here, actually, in the middle right here, the mini did not arrive, but we'll have an actual specific mini next time we play. But for the time being, this will be Erica's character. The rest of this being the troop, there's a figure here,
Oh man.
a figure here, a figure here, a figure here, and a figure here. Everyone else is just city folk.
All right.
Bassuras.
We start with the city folk.
Yeah.
Easy pick.
No witnesses.
Finish it off.
Is there heart-thumping music playing right now? Because I cannot hear it.
There is music playing.
Oh, there it is. There
There
it
it
is.
is.
Just started.
Just got started. Alrighty, 25 to 20.
23.
All right, we got
19.
20 to 15.
19. Sorry, I jumped the gun on that one.
That's okay.
16.
Nobody has above a 16? Jeez.
Orem and Laudna do.
Look, you sack of balls.
15 to 10.
12. 11.
Wait, what's it?
11.
11, 12. What'd you get?
10.
10, all right.
So Ashen, Burn,
Nameless.
Nameless.
Okay.
9 for me.
You really have a talent.
You don't write down your initiative?
No, I don't do that. Just sit next to someone who's got it.
That's
fine.
true. That's you wanted to.
I don't know. I don't write this shit down.
Orem, Laudna, FCG, Ashton, Fern, Nameless, Chetney,
Chet.
Imogen.
Oh,
At 6.
6, yeah. Alrighty. So, top we have Orem up with Laudna on deck. Orem, what you got?
I'm just going to use all my movement and my action to also move, and I'm going to tear around that corner, run towards the bottom of this rock, and spring. I want to use my long jump with boots.
You got it.
And then blades out, pointed, saying, and I'm going to call out to the square, let's just slow this down for a second. Talk it out. That's it.
The figures, like, they look back and watch you all rush in. They're all kind of like clutching their weapons and they're figuring out what to do. Laudna, you're up.
All right, after that move from Orem, I will kind of pull the shadows from out of the alleyways and almost start to surround us to make like a spotlight on the situations that are happening, and I'm going to cast Unsettling Presence.
Okay, on who and?
Or I'm going to do Unsettling Presence.
Okay, oh, got you, okay.
It's just an action. It's a
Okay.
15 feet situation. And
Where's the effect of Unsettling Presence came from?
it makes them feel uncomfortable, and then a target
Well,
has disadvantage on the next saving
It's a
throw.
specific target.
Correct. Who seemed to be like the head?
Well, the range
harasser?
is pretty close. You're over here. All the harassers are over here. You're back on this side.
Okay.
So maybe a little far for that.
I thought.
I know, I'm like,
It's not really
I'm
a
like looking
spell.
at the
It's like
camera.
a ability.
It's an ability, yeah.
You're blowing it!
I'm blowing it.
You're blowing it, Ray!
Fuck this. They all get Bane cast on them.
How many?
I can't reach it.
There's 3 of them.
Okay, which ones? What's the range on it?
4 of them.
There's 4 of them. Can I cast Bane at a higher level and
Yep.
get more?
Yep.
Can,
You get 1 extra for every level higher.
Change.
Okay, yeah, great. I'll do it at a first level. Or sorry, I'll do it at a second level.
Okay, so it's
And
4
so they
targets
all
for Bane.
get baned.
Which 4? There's 1, 2, 3,
Did you say there were 4 of
5.
them? Oh, there's 5 of them.
Yes.
I didn't see the 5th.
Well, I still can't do it higher than second level.
I still don't see the 5th.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, that's with them.
Being the caster.
Yeah, is there a caster?
Yes.
I'll bane all the ones that look the most threatening.
Okay, which are? All of these?
All of them except for that guy. What's that guy farthest from me? What does he look like?
That looks to be an armored hobgoblin, like dark reddish, tan skin with like a more of like a hobgoblin facial expression. Their hair looks kind of like it's spiked up and wild a little bit, and they just have a crazy look in their eye.
Okay,
goblin,
I'll
but
skip.
on
I'll
top.
skip him and get everybody else.
Okay.
Goblin on top.
Liam, I just got your text from an hour ago. Yeah.
Okay. Are you staying put? What's the range on Bane?
well.
30 feet, so I'll move up to do it.
So the range on Bane is 30 feet.
Yeah, but I also have spell sniper.
30. So that's where you can move. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's in 30 feet,
Mm-hmm.
and he's the only one within 30 feet of you.
Dude,
But, okay,
you're blowing
but
it,
also-
Ray! You're blowing it! Third attempt. Take it back.
Okay. Jesus Christ.
Can't help you now.
I don't know what to do then. Then I will.
Please have a
I thought that those would all be in.
Doesn't work
This is now an empty. I'll cast.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'll cast blur on myself.
Serious.
Okay. So put Bane back in the scenario, and you have blur on yourself. Good to go.
That
All
was
right.
ridiculous.
Oh, wow.
Sorry, you all.
That's fine. You got there. It's okay. All right.
Yeah, we're far away.
This person here kind of looks.
It's their move?
Yes.
No.
Well, not all their move.
Oh, okay.
Oh God.
That one there, who looks to be kind of like essentially like sitting in the center of the pack, goes, "All right, boys. Looks like we're taking a bunch of things today." And is going to go ahead and turn forward and is going to go after you. With this, it's going to be 3 melee attacks. That's going to be a 23 to hit,
Oh, yep.
24 to hit,
Oh, God.
and a 22 to hit.
Who is making these attacks just so I know who to run from?
That one right there.
Okay. Right up on her.
They have a hand axe in each hand, and just kind of like whack, 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 and just all 3 hits, dealing 20 points of slashing damage to you.
Ooh. I come into your home and have unceremoniously attacked.
Indeed. And when you take the wounds, it turns to you and goes, "Like I said, drop your shit and run, or stay and die." That's gonna finish it.
How about third option?
Perfect. And it's gonna go ahead and shift around and kind of put you between the newcomers and themselves. And then with that, this individual behind you, Forum, is gonna go ahead and cast. Yeah, he's gonna go ahead and cast invisibility on himself.
Oh,
Such a
Chetney.
What a Chetney.
So
guy's a total Chetney.
It's the last thing you remember. I'm gonna put the marker so you know where they were last, but that was where you watched them.
Do I hear the ground scrabble at all, like they're making a move?
You do.
I'm gonna slash out at the air in front of me.
I'll allow it because you have a really high passive perception. Yeah.
Okay. And it would be a disadvantage, but it's
Correct.
a straight. No, yeah, it's just disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Yeah. I'll call it. That's a 2. That's fair. That misses.
Yeah. And finds no purchase on wherever they might be.
That's me.
Alrighty. Now it goes to FCG.
Okay, I will roll my little wheel forward. As far as I can go. Or do I take one out, or do I help our new friend? Let's use the rest of my movement to get even closer.
So you're gonna go double move?
Double move, action to move. Let's go on the other side of the boxes. Yeah, right there. Oh no.
God.
And then bonus action, I'll cast Shield of, well, I call it Shield of Help. And on this elf person, granting a shimmering field. So yeah, you feel a little something and you see a little shimmer around you. Now you have a +2 bonus to your AC.
That's good.
Thank you so much.
That's very good.
Whoever you are, we will protect you.
Thank you. I probably have some money that I can send your way.
Oh, I don't care about that, but thank you. I mean, other one. I don't want to speak for everybody, but let's talk later.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Alrighty. So with that cast over there, finishing your turn, it is now
Thank you.
this figure's turn.
I feel like we gotta have some journals here.
30.
Actually, we do.
Yeah,
There's one in there, right?
Do you want a Legend
So-
of Bugs Mike in the journal? Where can I get one of these
Shot
if I were to have one
Jesus
of them
Christ.
in real life?
So, FCG.
That's
One of the
yours to
figures runs over, charges towards you, blade out, pulling a hand crossbow to the side. And right before they get to you, they reach forward and go ahead and fire a bolt at you.
At me? But
That is going to be
I wear glasses.
Yes, you do. That is going to be a 13 to hit.
That misses.
So it actually, you pull back and it just deflects off your metallic form.
It did it smudge or scratch my chest?
Well, everybody's been rubbing your little symbol. It's
did
just for luck.
Ever so faint.
Oh, God damn it.
And with that, this figure is going to go ahead and rush up to here and is going to attempt to grapple you, Erica.
Grapple.
Yes. So I need you to make a an athletics or acrobatics check.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. All right.
This piece of shit.
Okay, all right. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You manage to slip out of their grasp right as they try and get a handhold in your armor. You just wiggle out of it and turn around. And with that, that's gonna go. They're gonna go ahead and take another strike. So they get 2. The first one's just gonna try and grapple you. Angrily, you go and take a Morning Star and swing it down towards you. That is gonna be 20 to hit.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, you got me.
Oh, even with the bonus AC?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
And that is that's 11 points of bludgeoning damage. As it comes down and slams you in the shoulder, you almost fall to one knee. You're kind of grasping the edge of your blade at the ready. That's going to finish their go. Ashton, you're up with Fern on deck.
Cool. I'm gonna charge full speed. Let's see, who can I reach with my 40 feet?
You can probably reach either of these.
Our strange friend is knee deep in them, and I cannot get to both of them at the moment.
At the moment, no.
I'm going to run at the person who attacked FCG. I'm going to get on the other side of them, I think, or I'm going to get as far towards our friend as possible.
40 will get you right there.
40 right there. I'm going to rage and beat the ever-living fuck out of that dude.
Alrighty.
Okay. So let's go with. Ooh, we're going with time powers. Exciting.
Okay.
All right. So
Time after time.
Let me just pull up because I've got a bunch of new shit. Just so I can double check. Okay, that'll be fun. I'm gonna do a. I'm gonna start with a reckless attack.
Go for it. Let's get 2 reckless attacks on this. If you're taking both.
Let's go.
First one
is 9 plus a thing I can't see. 18.
18 hits.
And that's 2d6 plus 6. That's 3d6. 2d6 plus 6. My brain works. That's pretty good. That's 17 points for the first hit.
Oof, nice.
Going again, reckless. Oh, that hits. That's like 22.
All right, damage for the second hit.
Not quite as good. 8 points.
8 points.
Oh, 10 points. And the other one should have also been 2 more points. So
got you. So 19 and 10.
Yeah.
All right. So wham, wham. 2 heavy hits to this one. It's knocked down to the ground on both their knees for a second. Kind of like steals himself and kind of shoulder rolls off to the side and
run.
Alrighty, that finishes your go. Fern, you're up with you on deck.
Okay, so is there a grouping of them that's somewhat close together? Because I'm in a funny little spot here.
So you're over here. Would you like to go?
Is there? I might just.
There's 2 there.
Okay.
There's 2 there, and there's 1 invisible somewhere that you saw vanish.
So the ones that are a little bit closer, is Erica in with that group over there?
Over here, Erica's with this group. Over
Okay,
here.
so the group that's a little bit closer, I'm going to cast Entangle.
Okay,
and
what's
try
the range
to
on that
just
one?
Wrap up their. Say again? 90 feet.
90 feet? Oh yeah, you have plenty of range on that. All right. So is that a dexterity saving throw?
That is a strength.
A strength saving throw. All right.
16.
Strength saving throw for you as well, Ashton.
Oh shit, sorry.
Wait, which is? Sorry, I was reading what the fuck I can do.
I cast Entangle.
Okay, so strength save?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay, I have. Do I have advantage on strength saves or just?
Are you raging? Yes, you do.
Oh, thank you. That's pretty good. 20.
20. There is a 19 on this one, and a 10 on this one.
Okay, we got one.
So this one is the two of you pull away from it, and that one, this massive knoll you can see with like a bit of scale mail armor and what looks like a giant skull fashioned as one of its shoulder pieces in the side with all these like ink lines kind of dripping down it that have been sealed there, turns and is getting ready to move, and the ground suddenly breaks open and all of these vines begin to wrap around its legs and hold it in place.
Oops. And as a bonus action, I am going to summon Mister.
Okay.
Get him ready.
Where do you want Mister to be summoned? You want to move closer or stay where you are?
Yes, I'm going to move a little closer.
Like full movement or?
Yeah, we're just
like right there or? Full
Yeah,
movement?
let's do that. Maybe a little bit, if there's any cover anywhere.
You can get behind this wall here, maybe.
Yeah, let's just do that.
Okay.
And then I'll
Mister?
put Mister a little bit to my left over there. Somewhere.
Over here?
Yeah, maybe in well, closer this way.
Closer this way?
Yeah.
Okay. Like
Yeah,
right
let's
there?
go right there.
Okay, you got it.
Okay, there's
Okay.
my turn.
Finishing your go. You're up.
Oh, that's right! Boom! And I disappear, and a thunderclap rolls out. Boom! And you can hear it all over this area. And anybody within 5 feet of me, make a con save.
Natural 1 and 16.
Meet the pizza. It's 16.
Meets the pizza. Yeah. So this person over here does make it, but this one fails.
Okay, so the one that makes it does. Wait.
It's half damage on a failure.
Half damage
or on
on
a
a
success.
failure.
I mean, sorry.
Half damage failure, and then
Some of Erica's dice are fucking.
they're awesome.
Fatal,
Weapon.
as we said.
Fatal.
Yeah.
12. All right. 12 on a failed one, and then 6 on a successful one.
Alrighty. And you.
And then I go, and I appear up above on the top of the roof.
Oh, the roof. Wow. You got it.
Yo, let's go. Changing level.
I did it.
Looming down from the top. Shield still shimmering around you from the strange mechanical automaton.
I
did it!
All right, does that finish your turn?
Well, shit, now we're fighting these things and she ran away.
No, I'm still here.
Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Alrighty, got it. That brings us to Chetney.
Yeah, I'm gonna run up 25 feet. Go! No enemies around. I'm gonna keep going. I'm a dashing.
And dancing.
Fast as I can get. Yeah, I'll stay right there. Yeah, you fuckers. Okay, that's my turn.
Okay, now quick question, Fern. When you cast Entanglement, does the space around it remain entangled while you're concentrating?
Yes, so it is a 20-foot.
Oh wow, that's a big area.
Radius.
Oh, can we
All right,
see
so
that?
so yeah, you would be able to see all these vines kind of. Is it every round they have to make it, or is it once somebody succeeds, they're fine?
Or enters.
Creature here, you can't spell must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained by the entanglement. A creature restrained by the plants can use its action to make a strength check against your spells. On a success, it frees itself. So I think it's just a 1-10.
All this information.
What's the
Very
duration
easy
of this?
to-
Oh, I see.
1 minute.
Yeah, it stays up.
A creature in the area. All right, so it just happens in the moment, and then whoever's restrained at that moment, so you're fine. You're on.
cool. Okay.
So basically, all these vines reach up, outward, only grabs a one individual, and then they all kind of vanish except for the ones that are holding that one. All right, so it gets you up to it. Full dash. You're good to go. You still have a bonus action if you want.
Yeah, but they're not that great. So I'm gonna take out my. Oh yeah, I'm gonna take out my chisel, and I'm gonna draw it up my calf.
Ooh.
And you see flames engulf the chisel as I use my crimson right to get this shit kicked off.
You got it.
Roll a little d6 and Oh, it hurts me for sex, you bitch.
All right, you take 6 points of damage, but you're.
Oh man, just cut himself.
It's great. It's an intimidation technique. Don't worry, it's gonna be great.
All right. And finishing that is now the gnolls go, which cannot move, which is why it's very helpful that something got within range of it.
Oh.
So it's like, come on, little guy.
Oh shit.
And it's going to go ahead and reach up with a massive glaive that it has in its hand. It's going to take 2 strikes
Glaive.
against you. 2 glaive.
Please.
That is going to be a 20 to hit.
Yeah, it hits.
And
Is that
a 20 to hit. Same
Is it
roll.
is that disadvantage? Because it's no, it's just restrained.
Entangle restrain, or does it grapple?
Stand by.
It might be restrained, in which case he is at disadvantage, I believe.
Here to make everything.
No, restrained. Yeah, you're right. So it'd be 20 and 20.
Yeah.
So the first one still hits, but disadvantage on the second one. 20. 21. Wow. 15, 15,
Wow, this dude's
15,
not
16.
playing. Yeah,
Like
they all
he's rolling
hit.
really, really well.
Oh. Yeah.
So 2 hits on you.
Not yet.
Tell me when I should start worrying.
Alrighty, that brings us 6 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And 9 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Trying to swing down, still hitting you, but you're quick and moving, and they're kind of just glancing off you. One kind of catches you on the side of the leg, the other one kind of hits you in the stomach, but you roll out of the way, and what would have been like a deep gash instead just becomes kind of a glancing wound. And you watch as the vines are still climbing up and tangling them, and it's getting real frustrated in its own right. That's going to finish its go, bringing it to Imogen with Orm on deck.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna step forward so I
Forward.
get closer.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds good. Like about even with Laudna. Maybe a little bit further away from Laudna, closer to the building. Yeah.
There you go.
And I am gonna use my sorceress capabilities, and I'm gonna twin spell.
Okay.
I'm gonna twin spell. My mind whip, and I'm gonna lash my arm out, and I'm gonna try to hit both the baddie in between Ashen and FCG, and yeah, the gnoll.
Alrighty, go ahead and is it a save on their part?
Yes, it is. It's an intelligence save of 15.
Intelligence save, good to know. That is, wow, they're rolling really good. That's a natural 19
Cool.
on that one there. The gnoll, that's going to be a 14.
Okay, great. So the gnoll is hit with 3d6 of psychic damage.
Alrighty.
Okay, ooh, that's great. 14 points
Nice.
of psychic damage.
Very nice. And it's half
Very
damage to the
nice.
other.
And moreover, on its next turn, it must choose whether it gets a move, an action, or a bonus action. It only gets one of the 3.
You got it. Okay.
On a successful save, the target takes half as much damage, so it would have taken 7 points.
7 points.
The other guy.
7 damage to the other figure. Got it.
And I haven't been doing this, but I need to roll every time I use my sorceress.
Oh, for
my
like
sorcery
wild
points
shit.
for my wild shit.
Oh, yeah, you haven't done that in a
Time
long
for some
time.
wild shit.
So
Like, make her do 15 rolls in a row.
So it's a percentile thing. It's 100.
Wait, do you roll to see
Yep,
if it
roll a
happens
D100.
first, or it just happens?
Oh yeah. What do I do?
Roll a d100.
Just a D100.
This item means that you can, well, it's up to you if you want to invoke it.
Okay, yeah. It's
Like, it doesn't happen
happened.
automatically, but if you want to invoke it, you can.
It's happened.
Yeah.
Yes, let's do it.
Roll a d100.
55.
Oh, that's the worst one.
Stay alive.
Okay.
You're blue again.
54 out the door.
Oh no.
Oh, no, that's smart.
If it's a
Oh,
spell, if it casts a spell, there's something that happens with it.
All right, so you watch as Imogen reaches into her head and unleashes this torrent of power. You watch as the sparks leave the hand, and there's a slight blur in the air, almost like an invisible force is careening through both of the figures. One of them kind of grabs their head and tries to pull himself out of the way, taking some of the impact. The other, the gnoll, is racked with pain, and you all kind of glance back and smile and see Laudna grinning as all the... Sorry, Imogen. I know. Fucking
You're
Laura.
also grinning.
It's Laura. Your name.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
You all look
Yeah,
back
we're
and watch
grinning.
as you're smiling, and the pink hair just falls out.
It's purple. It's purple.
No, it's
Leaving.
not. It's gone.
It is. You are a cue ball.
Oh
Oh no, I forwarded myself.
Lovers betwixt the campaign. Oh, man.
Uh-oh.
No. I mean, Imogen.
God damn it.
Oh, my God.
I'm a...
Trinity turns and sees this and just takes his hat and throws it to her.
It's kind of a cool look.
I just go, it's all right, it happens to me all the time, see? And yank out a chunk of my hair.
Don't spell. As I pull Chetney's cap down on my head.
Okay. All right, does that finish your turn? All right, Orem, you're up.
Oh man, Orem sees that and says, I don't know about that, and I turn back to what I was doing, and I'm gonna move forward and see if I bump into anything as I move forward on that rock.
You do not.
I do not. So then I'm going to leap to the top of that tent and slide down it towards that fencer.
It has to go.
Zoop.
Okay. You do bump into something on the tent.
Oh!
This is a great time to get a head tap.
And you just hear, whoa! And you slide down here.
Yeah, I'll slide down to the ground, land in front. I'll land there in front.
Attached with a barrette. So like,
And then
you hear the sound impact over here somewhere.
Ooh!
Alrighty.
Then I'm going to squat low and swing at this other person's ankles.
Go for it.
I'm flanking with Ash, right?
You,
has to be in front?
I mean, you can really pull it off.
So you're right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
directly.
sorry, yes, you are.
Okay. Natural 20.
Yo, let's go. Did you say natural 20?
I did.
Oh.
And let's make it a trip attack. They have to make a strength save against my 16.
Got it. Yeah. That is going to be a 14?
Nope. So they're going down on this first attack. So that is...
Yeah.
Well, that's doubled, but that's a really small 2. This 5 is 7 plus the superiority die. Yeah. Great. 7 plus 16 is 23. And they're down on the ground. Second attack while they're on the ground. That's less. That is a 16 to hit.
16. They are on the ground, so you technically have advantage because they're
Right, I already have advantage,
right? That's right, because they're so. Yeah, that does hit.
That does hit. Okay.
Just hits.
And let's make it a. We'll just make it a goading attack because that's fun. That'll be 3. So there's 8 plus that 11 total.
That's a 2. They fail.
Okay, so they're pissed at me.
Well, they would be pissed if they weren't unconscious and bleeding out.
Oh.
The first hit sweeps them on the ground, and the second hit, whack, slams across and like gashes across them. And then as you hit them, and they're just like unconscious, and the wound itself, you can see a little bit of red crimson kind of staining the armor.
Okay.
Has he killed someone?
Have I noticed any tattoos on these people yet?
You are raging. I'm going to say you're probably not in a space to be paying some close attention there. Just based on the nature of a rage.
No, that's fair.
Between you.
Yeah.
Just killed an innocent person.
All right, so finish your turn, Roman.
Super innocent. Yep, that's the end of it.
Laudna, you're up.
I am going to. Actually, no. I think I'm good. I'm gonna kind of skitter and peek around the corner. I'm gonna. Chetney, are you all right? Ow! I'll split my arms and you just see like a deathly gray necrosis start to run down Laudna's both of her arms, and it turns into ice shards. And I'm gonna do Ray of Frost at the knoll, and then the guy with the big axe.
Over here?
Yes.
You got it. All right, go ahead and.
Twinning the spell, by the way.
You've got it.
Green for the knoll. Double 19.
Yeah, those hit. Roll some damage.
Awesome. Now watch as I roll like ones on these. Oh, 5 and a 6 actually. 11 points of cold damage, and their speed is reduced by 10.
Gotcha.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Speed reduced by 10. That's good enough.
Oh, wow.
Alrighty.
That's good.
And your hair falls.
Solidarity.
Okay.
That's how you make it up to her.
Yes. Yeah.
The one back there who got the one with the two hand axes who was like kind of the aggressive leader who was yelling at this individual in the alley, kind of like gets the blast of cold energy that leaves these crystals across their armor, takes an axe and kind of shakes them off the front, glances up and sees you up on the rooftop and goes, "Grab something and run, gents. Let's not make this worth nothing." And is going to go ahead and run forward towards you. And it's an attempt to wrestle the hammer off of your hand.
Was it 10, only the 10 feet they move?
They move 10 feet.
Okay, before they move 10 feet, I'm going to use a temporal morass, so I need a constitution saving throw out of that.
That is going to be 16.
What is my...
16 was what they rolled?
16, yeah. They're rolling real good this round, guys. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, they save.
Okay.
Silvery barbs.
Okay. All right. So what does that do? Run me again.
He has to re-roll and take the lower dice on an attack roll, ability check, or saving throw.
All right. Rolled again. Natural 3. That's a failure. Temporal.
Okay. So
yes.
So where's I moved around too far. There it is.
Do they take damage at all?
No,
their speed is halved. Their speed is halved again. They can't. Is halved, and they can't take a reaction until next turn.
Right. So 30 goes to 15, or it was 30 to 20, halved to 10, and they move 10 to get to you, which means they have no movement to get away from you this turn.
Yep.
That sucks.
And no reaction.
Right. So they run towards you, and their body just seems to slow as they reach out and grab the hammer. They still get to it.
Yeah.
But let's make a contested strength check.
Okay. Do I get advantage?
You do have
on
advantage
this?
because you're raging.
Roger.
Also, silvery barbs. I get to take disadvantage on one and throw it on another. So I take this man's essence, this person's essence, and just from his perspective, it looks like a little bit of his life force is being sucked out of him and into Ashton. You
All right,
have
which gives me advantage.
I already have
All right.
advantage.
Well, fuck you.
Hold on. Sorry.
Alrighty.
Wow, one of them's a 2, and the other one's a natural 20, which gives me a 24.
Okay.
Not too shabby.
Grabs the hammer, pulls.
Slowly, just blue energy is just getting sucked into me as I slowly start vibrating faster and faster.
Release the hammer. We gotta go. and it's like going to turn in super slow motion. Everyone, all the rest of their companions go, "What the fuck?" and start looking around at the shifting tide here. With that, the illusionist is going to go ahead and drop invisibility after I throw them in the middle of the battlefield in a really intense way. After they get back up, they're going to cast. All right, I need you, Ashton, to go ahead and roll a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, that's a 7.
That's a 7. All right. You are after the individual goes to turn. You're holding your hammer taut. You look back to your friends with like a knowing glance. And suddenly, out of the sky, you hear this tearing sound as it opens up. And you watch as dropping out of it is a more broken version of yourself. Dripped in shadow, holding its own hammer. Kind of holds it towards you. And then rushes at you with intense speed. And it fills you with an unexpected sense of fear. Even amongst your rage, it's like you get the sense that, I mean, you don't understand quite the powers you have, but this is not a good side effect of it. So just note, you are currently under the effect of a spell. And it's going to run there. They only have that much movement because they fell, so that's going to end their turn. That brings us to FCG.
Did we see that happen to Ashton?
No, you just see Ashton kind of like turn back to you and I'll go,
Okay. And who cast it?
you don't,
Slowpoke?
you just saw somebody run out of here. You didn't see any spell casting. You just saw a figure run out from behind the tent and it's now like running away.
Man, I don't know who to target. There's the regular Knoll. There's this. There's this.
Help!
The guy right next to Ashton is the slow motion fellow.
Correct.
Are you okay?
I live alive.
What?
Big bada boom.
Big bada boom.
Big bada boom.
But I do see someone running away from us, right?
You do.
I don't understand at all.
Yes.
What's up in the hell? What the fuck?
What? I haven't seen anything. That person's running away. Oh boy, I don't know who to attack.
Big bada boom.
Don't know what that means. What?
He's saying help.
Oh, help him? He's
I'm
fine.
the size of his glaive.
He's fine.
Okay.
All right, fine. I'll interpret
No,
his,
don't do
his
it.
wild, weird musings.
Oh, look, a hawk.
Where? It's not a hawk, but okay. I'll move on to the other side of, towards Ashton a bit.
Okay.
And I guess I'll help little boy over there. I'll turn to the regular Knoll and I'll cast command.
Okay.
Nice.
What do you command them?
I command it to monologue.
8.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Oh my god, that's so mean.
Okay, that finishes your go?
I have bonus actions, but
You do.
no, that was a spell. I can't really do anything else. So yep, that's it. I'm
Okay.
good.
Finishing your turn, it is now the figure on the ground is going to go ahead. Were you going for a death blow when you were striking it last time?
No, I wasn't.
Okay, so they're just unconscious. They are making death saves. That's a failure. All right, the other one, the over here, is going to go ahead and dart forward to the one that is commanding friends and creating shields, and it's going to go ahead and make strikes against you, FCG.
Oh no!
So it's 2 strikes against you with the big old like mace.
Can I see any of this or no?
Yeah, it's like right to the left of you.
Okay, so I can see everything else going on. There's just a version of me that's like...
Correct, but it's now like coming towards you with like an intense darkness, and like the air itself is seeming to like darken around it. And it feels like whatever power you've been granted is coming back to reap what you've been sowing. So with that, that would be a 15 to hit.
Miss!
Miss. The first strike goes towards you. You like duck out of the way and it slams into the ground. With that, they swing backwards to try and get you with the backhand. That is going to be a 22 to hit.
That hits.
All right. You take 11 points of bludgeoning damage on that one. As you pushed back from there, and then... Oh, I'm not even looking at that. That's an additional 5 on that, because technically it's 2d8 to 1. That's on me. So that'll be an additional 5 points of bludgeoning damage. That's gonna, and then it's gonna go ahead and rush.
Do I get an attack of opportunity?
You do. And have you used your reaction?
I don't remember if Temporal Morass is a reaction. It doesn't say it is, but...
No, you would both get reactions then as it tries
Okay, I'll take that.
Tries to hit you. But I do need to make a
Less
concentration check.
hair, more ass.
Concentration check
Correct.
on the spell I have on her.
Yeah,
And that would be my next roll of a d20.
it would be.
Damn it! Matthew!
Oh, yeah.
Gain advantage on the next d20 roll. That's the one I have to make, I guess. Damn you.
Come on.
18.
Yeah, so you maintain the spell.
And use the advantage on that.
Sorry, taking hits.
20, it's like 26.
That hits. You can roll damage and...
And then to attack, right?
Yes.
Buzzsaw 13 plus something, plus 4. 17.
That hits. That's exactly its armor class.
Very big. 5 points of damage!
Alrighty.
Sorry, 14.
14, got it. As it runs back, charging away, it gets hit. It's like, leave him! They're surrounding it! And you just see, like, just abandoning the one that's on the ground, bleeding out.
Oh,
no. All right.
guys.
That's going to finish their go. With that, Ashton, you're up front on deck.
What about the big elf girl?
You don't want to abandon your friends, you know.
Drunk?
You just don't.
You're coming up.
They rude.
See what we're doing for you?
Thank you.
Let's see. Okay. I know that the person next to me can't really do anything about me right now, so I'm going to try and knock them out before I just saw them. The person next to me was the one trying to take my hammer, right?
Correct.
I'm going to spend a point for hyper rage.
Okay.
Which will do all sorts of interesting things. First thing is I'm going to take a attack against this guy, which is, and I'm not gonna use reckless because I'm afraid.
Okay.
That's 23 to hit.
You have disadvantage on these.
Oh, well, why is that?
Because you're considered frightened.
Oh,
actually, this reminds me. No, I'm sorry. Continue. So go ahead. You are considered frightened.
Okay, am I?
The proximity thing running at you has you frightened, so you are technically have disadvantage on that.
Okay, if I slightly shift, can I get into a flanking position with FCG or just get nothing?
You can technically because you're fleeing from this, which means frightened can move you over here, but you're still. So with that, you would put you on even balance.
On an even balance, that'll do. So 23.
Yes, that hits.
I'll just do that damage really quick. 19.
19, okay.
Taking another attack. 14.
14 misses.
Third attack.
That's right, because you with the...
Yep, 23.
23 hits.
17.
17. Swat! Hit him in the back. Yep. You swing a second time, and by the time you swing it, they put their arm up and kind of deflect it. Nice try. You hit him with a third blow. A tooth goes out of their mouth, and they're just like now the wide-eyed and desperate, looking to just run. They're a little in over their heads.
Frightened means that I can't
actively move closer to the target.
And what's that point?
It's this area.
Okay.
In the center.
Then I am going to flip around to the other side of the guy who's currently behind me right now.
Right here?
I'm going to flip over there.
Okay, he doesn't get a reaction because he was affected by your temporal morass.
Yes.
All right, you got it.
Who is it?
I mean,
Let's.
Jesus Christ.
Damn.
Damn.
Language does not escape this table unscathed. All right, that finishes your turn.
That finishes my turn.
Make another
Holy
wisdom
shit.
saving throw.
10.
10. You suddenly feel this image, this dark image of you. It's been walking towards you, dart towards you, and it reaches out and grabs your face. And as it does, you feel the searing pain hit your mind. You take.
Oh shit.
Here, I'll just.
That's a lot of dice.
Oh no. You take 31 points of psychic damage.
Oh! Do I see this? Can I have it? No.
No, you just see Ashton run and then suddenly like.
What is happening?
Whoa.
That spell that.
What is it?
I don't think it
One of us. Yeah, no. We had that spell.
You've had this spell in previous games.
Yeah.
31 points.
That hurt a lot.
Much though. Are you talking
4d10.
4d10. You rolled damn
Is
good.
this iBite? No.
No. You had it. It was
31 out of 40.
It's
Mine shard.
You would know it's Phantasmal
mine
Killer.
Phantasmal. That's what.
Phantasmal what?
Killer.
Yeah, I didn't have that. I had Phantasmal Force, which
That's right.
does
No, this is the higher level.
1d6
This is
of
the higher
damage.
level. You're right. So this is It's a 4th level one.
Okay.
Anyway,
Fourth level spell.
that finishes
I know.
that go.
What is this?
My wisdom
fourth
saves suck, by the way, so I'm just gonna put that out there.
Alrighty, that brings us now, as watching you kind of crumple there for a second, like the tides shift a little bit and some of the fear begins to even out. Finishing your up, Fern, you're up with you on deck.
Okay, I'm going to breathe in my hands, and as I'm walking forward, I'm going to fling out 3 scorching rays.
Okay.
To whoever's over there, to whoever seems like it could work. There's
What's the range on Scorching Ray?
120.
Oh yeah, you can do this. You can stay where you are and aim for some of them. Though some of them will get, if you don't move a little closer, they might get some cover.
Yes, I will, as I'm walking forward.
I'm just gonna
shooting him
Put
out.
my hands out so she doesn't step on my hair on the ground.
Not here. You gonna pick it up?
Okay.
Of course I am.
You just start scooping your hair
Yeah,
up.
Okay.
So happy I put this item in the game.
26 for the first hit.
For which one? The
Yes. Yeah.
Alright, so the null's 26.
Or well, I want to hit the guy that is hurting Ashton.
Please. Okay. So that's this one here. So that definitely hits. Yep.
Okay.
Well, actually, you don't know who's hurting Ashton.
I don't know who's doing that, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind. 12 for the second hit.
So hit, miss, and then this one here.
Potentially.
23.
Who's fucking with me?
We don't know who it is.
Sorry.
23?
23 hits.
Okay, so two
who,
hit.
Who are you? Okay, who are you aiming for?
Okay,
You have the
so-
null.
The one that ran away.
There are these four here.
Whoever's kind of
Somebody- nobody's
closest in our
attacking.
vicinity,
Closest to you
us.
would be
So
these three here.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. So yeah. So these two both get hit.
One that looks like vaguely magical who's just running away.
I can't see anybody, so I don't know who's vaguely magical.
He's got a staff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Staff.
7 for the first hit
Okay, got it.
and 11 for the second hit.
You've got it. Okay.
Literally all I can see is a knoll.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What's that? Citizen in purple.
And a purple guy and a townsfolk.
Bang in your hair. Oh wait.
These are the finest rocks
Move
in
this out of the way. So
Oh,
you can have a better
that,
view.
yeah, that helps.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes
Okay.
the core gets in the way.
So after that, now it's Mister's turn. I'm gonna send Mister within 60 feet, and I'm gonna have him shoot a flame seed
Alrighty.
at.
Kind of glides up on top. Which, by the way, Erica, you see this tiny monkey suddenly like burst into flames and fly up onto the rock and reach back and grab a flaming turd from its ass and throw it. What are you throwing it at?
Okay, so the knoll, is he still entangled actually?
He is.
Okay, so I'm gonna have him do a flame seed at the one that seems to be right there under your finger.
Right here?
Forward, yes.
You got it. Okay, roll for an attack.
So. 21.
21 hits.
Okay. Which one do I want? 7 points of damage.
7 points of fire damage.
7 points of flaming shit.
Looking very unhappy, very hurt. And now the tide's shifting again. Does that finish your turn?
Yes, it does.
Alrighty. That brings us to your turn.
I have
Chet on
just.
deck.
Okay. Okay. I have just seen a little old man cut himself and then go on fire. I have seen a lovely young woman's hair fall out, and then the other one next to her start pulling her hair out. There's a monkey throwing flaming shit, and I'm holding in like a gaping wound in my side, and I'm like, you guys are the coolest fucking people I have ever seen in my life. And I push out the guy in front of me. I move around on the that one, and then that one. I move towards me on the roof still. And then, I reach out with both hands, and 2 balls of force, crackling force, smash out into each of them. Oh man. So 10 and a 21.
Okay. 10 misses, 21 hits.
Okay. So that is 11 damage to the one that hits, and then actually, you can tell me this. Okay, have to hit. Never mind. So the one that it hits, I move him in a straight line.
Away from you?
Yes.
Ooh.
10 feet.
All right, 10 feet, which would impact the other guy who managed to dodge out of the way. I'll say for the purposes of this, go ahead and roll a d6 on a 1 to 3. It doesn't impact on a 4 or higher.
One.
Good looking out. So he moves forward just as the other guy is charging past and just stumbles over, and he ends up kind of shifting one space at the side here. And like hitting the rock and kind of catching himself on it and looking up over the top of the roof at you, kind of with your arms out in front. We gotta go!
Don't touch my stuff!
Awesome. Anything else in your turn?
That's it.
All right, Jenny, you're up.
That was a hard hit. I'm glad you think I'm little. Did you know that there are arteries in your thighs? And I'll transform into a werewolf, please. Thank you very much.
You watch this tiny little gnome, all of a sudden just the flesh tear away to this massive bestial version.
That's still holding a wood chisel.
Yep.
Open up. And I'll take 2 swipes at the inside of his thighs.
All right, 2 attacks. He is restrained, so you have advantage on the attacks.
Oh, nice.
I'm bleeding them out, man.
You know, fuck around and find out. A dirty 20 for the
that
first
hits.
one. It's better, 24.
Hits.
Great. 8 is 12. 12 points of damage. And 12 points of damage plus... it's just once, so 4. So 8 additional points of the Crimson Right damage on each one of those.
Gotcha. So the additional d6 on each of the strikes, additional 8. Mm-hmm. So 12, 12, and then additional 8.
12, and 8.
Got it. Ooh. Nice. 32 points of damage and 2 strikes.
Damn.
Just slicing back and forth. The knoll's like trying to pull away, but it can't. The vines are holding it in place, and as you gash, you can see like where you cut. You may not have hit an artery, but you've certainly left its legs quite bloody amongst the fur.
Stay and hit me again.
You see like this massive like growling knoll, this look of fear hit into its eyes as it goes, and it's like about to turn and run. It's got a full hyena. All right, does that finish your turn? You can still move if you want.
Gobbled like a turkey.
I'm gonna stay in his melee and just do a 180 around him.
You got it. Trying to cut him off.
And that'll be my turn.
All right. Finishing your go, it is now the knoll's go. The knoll is going to he's going to use his action to try and break free of the restraint.
He can't use his action for that. He has to use his action.
That's right!
To monologue.
That's right.
Oh!
That's right! The knoll, looking scared, frightened, goes to try and run, the legs taut, bleeding and bound by the vines, looks across the field. Slow motion shot as like the sad Enya music plays in his head, seeing his friends falling and fleeing, and just kind of looks out into the horizon and goes,
And it was on this day I truly began to understand that I had much to learn, and I had much to lose, and perhaps I needed to seek my fortunes elsewhere. I am getting very dizzy.
What's that from?
Real Simon.
What's that from?
that one is turn because he's restrained and can't move. Okay, yeah. All right, Imogen, you're up. Form your own deck.
Yeah, he also doesn't get a reaction on this turn. Okay, I'm gonna try. Yeah, because the other thing that I cast on him.
Nice.
Can I move up? And I want to try to get in a line to where I can hit these two.
Can she move faster now that she's more aerodynamic?
Get an extra 5 feet.
I can do a line there if you want.
Great. Yeah, I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna cast lightning bolt.
Lightning bolt. Okay, you can hit 2. Well, actually, no. If you do it in a line this way, you can hit all 3.
Great.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Alrighty. Deck saves for that guy. No, it's a 2. The hobgoblin. It's a 3.
Ooh.
And the main guy, that is 12.
They all fail.
Yeah, let's fail.
So they all take 8d6 lightning damage.
Blow it up.
8d6
So
a piece?
3 hits. Is the lightning purple?
6, you know it is. 6, 7, 8.
God. Ooh, a lot of ones.
That's all. It's
Yeah,
three
a lot of
sixes in there
sixes,
too.
yeah.
18, 20, 22, 24, 27 points of lightning damage.
Okay. Well, we'll see if the illusionist does maintain its concentration.
Sorry.
But
trying.
it is burn. You watch as the clothes are like cinders at the edges, and they're like they cough and just smoke goes out of their mouth. They look back at you, just kind of angrily staring, arms out, as like the energy still kind of begins to kind of disseminate through your arms and ground itself within your body. Your smooth head glistening off the midday sun.
I am wearing Chetney's hat.
That's true.
I
Glistening off the edges of it, and the beautiful midday
was
sun
very
texture
cold
on the
all of a
knitted,
sudden, yeah.
the knitted cap itself.
Yeah.
How do you want to do this on the leader of the group and the bugbear?
Oh,
Yeah.
Double do this.
Yeah. I want them straight through the center.
No.
It starts to char black, and then they just get engulfed in flames.
Death becomes.
Yeah.
They are.
So I'm like, as it goes through, I want to stare through the holes in their body at the caster. before
Full
they
on
crumble.
tombstone style.
Yeah.
Wow.
They crumble to the ground.
And, like arms up, like fleeing arms up in the air. All right, does that finish your turn, Imogen?
As a bonus action.
You got bonus action. What you going to do?
That caster is gonna hear in his head, I'm gonna find you.
Oh, God.
Okay. Best bonus action ever. Orem, you're up with Latin on deck.
Okay, I can see which way this is going, so I'm actually going to squat down real fast and tear the sleeve away from the person that I just stabbed through the shoulder, and I'm going to, just like I saw Nell and Maeve do so many times, I'm going to cast Druidcraft and grow moss over the wound and try to stabilize them.
Okay, yeah. I'll go ahead and make a medicine check for me.
Yeah, they're fun, right?
That is 19.
19, they're stabilized.
Okay, action surge. I'm going to spring over them into a roll and then pop up running towards the caster.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna
definitely do that.
Going to use my shield.
I rolled 2 d4s by mistake.
Oh, okay. So
That means I could take 3 off.
take 3 off, and then instead add.
Instead add 10 more.
Does that change the save roll for the caster?
No, they rolled a natural 18.
Oh yeah, no, never mind. That's fine.
Which is still more than half, but they are deeply fucked up. Like barely holding on. It's like. Back to you. Action surge. You leap over,
Action
roll.
surge using my shield to do a tripping attack.
Do it.
Not
You're
to.
so pretty, I just want
That's cocked. Oh, it was so much better before. Second slash or shield gets me to 18.
18 hits.
Okay, so tripping attack, they have to beat, make a strength save.
Natural 20.
Oh, okay.
They are rolling really good. They're not doing well, but they're rolling really good.
Okay, so I'll bash them in the shins and go, and then I'll send up with the shield and try to hit them in the face.
Cool.
They still take the extra damage.
Heck yeah.
But this is, I'm trying to knock them out.
Yeah.
That's a total of 16.
16, that'll do it. With that final, you watch as you smack him in the chin. You all hear the heavy metal on bone impact reverberate on the shield as they get shoryukened about 3 feet in the air before onto the ground, unconscious about 10 feet from you.
End of turn.
I'll leave him here. So there.
Game's over.
All right. Laudna, you're up.
Who's standing?
Just the knoll, who's wrapped in vines and is finishing its monologue, looking out with
His eyes bleeding.
And see.
My second monologue will be from Coriolanus.
Anus. And he's wearing metal armor?
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna walk up to him. I'm just gonna say, like, I'm sorry, it's been a shit day, and shocking grasp him,
Okay.
which has advantage if he's wearing metal armor.
Fair enough.
Whoa!
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, it's a natural 19.
Yeah, it'll hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that is 13 damage.
How do you want to do this?
Ooh. Poor guy.
Go sleep. Go sleep.
Falls and then collapses onto the ground in the middle of this alleyway. The tension of this troop that had fallen upon this wayward wanderer that you'd come to their aid are now dead or unconscious on the ground, and you take a moment to kind of like catch your breath, look up at you, and look around at the handful of other people in the space that are all kind of looking in, that just kind of like, and go about the rest of their business. Like the 2 charred corpses in the ground still smoking and the bloodlet, and no one just really gives a shit.
I'm taking that a little bit far.
Are you all right, Ashton? Are you freaking out?
How's Ashton doing?
The image that was coming towards you has vanished, and now you have a clarity of mind. You still feel that like deep, searing pain in your brain is starting to fade, but the spell no longer has purchase on your brain.
Do I know what happened?
You get the sense that an illusion was attacking you and made you hurt.
Are you all right physically?
I definitely do not look all right. What fucker did that?
I think they got away.
I look up at the stranger on top of the building. Okay, like, you wanna get out of here?
Yeah. And I start climbing down. I'm so sorry to have inconvenienced you. I promise that I am normally quite a capable warrior.
Make an athletics check.
Okay. Oh, God.
Third story roof. Come on, baby.
Oh, God. Oh, my God, yes. It's 2.
Yeah.
Plus?
That's 2.
Welcome to the table.
Right as you finish the phrase, being quite a capable warrior, one of the edges comes off. You only fall 10 feet for a meager 5 points of bludgeoning damage, but your new friend kind of whack hits the ground dust.
Oh, are you okay?
I am fine. It's just more embarrassing than anything else.
No.
There's nothing to be embarrassed about.
Lawless laughing and clapping.
I
stand up and I dust myself off. I go, thank you. Thank you. Oh, boy.
You're welcome.
Oh.
All right, I'm gonna grab Ashton by the hand and start walking towards the group and go, I think this is a walk and talk. I think we're gonna go now.
Do I notice the little magic caster as we're walking by?
You do.
1 second. I'm gonna head over.
Okay.
Oh, they're,
They asleep?
They're unconscious and like...
Okay, I'm gonna just start going through their stuff.
Okay.
And I want them to be very aware that they're just being ransacked.
You mean the brain inside of their skull? Or
No, I'm taking all their stuff.
Oh, boy.
Okay, roll an investigation check.
Investigation, which is not great with me, but I get an 11.
11's good. So, going through their stuff, they have a small dagger and kind of like a decent sheath in the side. It looks far better than some other stuff they're wearing. You also pull off of them 85 gold pieces.
Cool. Mine.
And 2 platinum.
Mine.
I'd say that those are the things of interest. So that was just like small baubles and...
Oh, I'm taking it all.
Okay, well you take it all and you leave them as they're on the ground going...
I take their staff too.
Yeah, you got
I pick them up. I pull the knife out. And I stab their cloak to the wall. And I'm going to do a intimidation check.
Roll intimidation. What do you say to it? I mean, that is intimidating. You don't have to say anything. Yeah, just do it.
That is a 17.
17.
Whoa!
And then
they pass out again.
Boy.
Oh, your friend's real intense.
I hope this shit was personal, keeping it.
Oh, man.
Can I peek in that tent?
Sorry about the microphones. Grab them in.
In the tent?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello. We're the Bell's Hells.
Bell's Hells. Wow. Hi, I'm Dusk. It's so good to meet you. I'm so sorry. You're all writing a bunch of stuff down. Amazing. Okay, cool. Everybody's okay? Did you earn enough to sort of compensate? I have some money that I just didn't want them to take my stuff. It's kind
What
of.
are they trying to take from you?
Just my sword, or just like everything, and like the money is.
It's a dangerous area. Are you from around here?
No.
Where are you from?
I don't.
You don't remember?
It's not that I don't remember. It's just it's like things are a little bit fuzzy, a little mixed up. Do you ever have a dream so real that sometimes when you wake up you don't know whether or not you're still dreaming?
Yeah.
Literally the opposite.
Oh, God. Well, that's kind of what my life is like. I exist in this sort of twilighty area. I was touched by the Feywild. I was there. It's real. And it was the most beautiful thing I have ever seen in my life. The last thing that I remember was this glen. It's just existing in a perfect, eternal stillness. Just like the moment where the sun is just kissing the edge of the horizon and the golden, this surreal golden light was filtering through the trees, and it was so profound. And so that's kind of where I kind of am.
Where you got your name?
Yeah.
It's a very beautiful name.
Smart one.
Is anyone paying us any mind as we walk through town?
Honestly, now that the violence has ended, most folks are just going about their business.
I'm gonna walk over. You know anybody in the All Minds Burn? I'm gonna look at their eyes, see if they're high.
The All Minds
Make an insight check.
Yeah. The All Minds Burn.
Oh, you mean those guys that have the,
I can't tell anything.
No, I'm not into that kind of stuff. Things are already fucky enough as it is.
I'm gonna look at the sword. That thing special?
To me, yeah. It's like the only thing, one of the few sort of things that like I still sort of get. Like, I'm definitely a capable warrior. Definitely good. I don't know, like I definitely don't have like family or anything around.
You're on your own here? You're on your own here? Sorry, I'm really short.
Yes.
Hi.
Oh, hello. Yes, you're all.
Right.
Sorry, right. Hi, I'm Orem.
Orem?
Nice to meet you.
Okay. All right.
Ashton.
Ashton, pleasure.
Imogen, I'm bald.
It's a good look. You have a very comely shaped head.
Thanks.
Very round.
Fern is not present.
Oh,
that's
you went
right.
In the tent. Where did you? Oh,
I
you
went
went
to
in
go
the
We'll get to you in a second.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
I'm literally sitting on the ground, surrounded by hair right now. I'm just trying to gather it back.
Yeah,
into
hey,
my lap.
I start to help her pick up.
Yeah, I'll go over.
Well, I don't know. Maybe like like a prestidigitation? Can I like prestidigitate it into a wig or something?
I don't know.
If you would like to try, I could make you roll an Arcana check.
Okay.
If you end up looking like one of the misfits from Gem and the Holograms, I'll be so.
It'll be.
Oh my god.
It's gonna be a toupee.
Well,
This is a toupee.
12.
So,
oh.
so utilizing very, like viably diverse abilities within prestidigitation. This is a unique usage of it, and you understand it enough to accomplish what you're set out to do. Now, this is less like upper scale,
It's not lace front.
Not lace front, Hollywood Boulevard, like drag queen ready wig. This is some like Target Halloween aisle.
Yeah.
Imogen wig.
Well, that's what a pretty wig you made. Thank you.
I am so glad you like it.
I really do. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
If you put the wig on and then the hat.
Oh, that's true. A lot of times. Okay.
The same effect.
That's a look.
So you look like Jay from Jay and Silent Bob.
In the meantime,
Hi.
Hello.
I'm Dusk.
Hi, Dusk. My name is Wolfgang.
What? You have a wolf?
News to me.
What?
Is this a new development, Chetney?
My name's Ted.
Well, they're both good names.
Thanks.
I'm Chetney. Huckabee, nice to meet you.
It's a pleasure. Thank you so much for coming to my
Of course.
aid.
Of course.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Like fully double bent. Yeah.
How tall is
I'm-
I'm sorry.
I'm Laudna.
Lovely to meet you, Laudna.
Pleasure. You notice her hands are like really unnaturally cold. Like these are
The pleasure is
a little
all-
clammy too.
Hey, cold hands, warm heart. The pleasure is all mine.
It's not that warm.
Hi, I'm Fresh Cut Grass. It's a pleasure to meet
That's
you.
one of my favorite smells.
Mine too. Well, that's not true. I can't smell, but my creator could. Do you want me to heal you up a little bit?
I really
All right,
like
I'll just
that.
touch your gaping wound and cast cure wounds on it.
Definitely.
Have you dealt with those fighters before? Have they attacked you, or is this the first time you've encountered
It is
them?
my first time encountering it, but it's very normal here. Like,
You just got jumped.
everybody is always attacking everybody, and as long as you don't, like, falsely advertise, the guards aren't gonna do anything about that, you know?
There's. You mean the guards? As in? Okay.
Sorry, yeah, what?
No, nothing.
What?
Were you going somewhere? Were you trying to get to something?
I mean, yeah, just kind of trying to live my life.
Oh, just
here.
walking
I'm
around.
like, yeah, just walking
But
around.
are you seeking something specifically, or because you seem very emotionally open and honest and everything? Was
yeah.
there something that we can help you with?
Should I not be? Is
well,
that like a
I don't know.
thing
You just
people
met
don't
us, but
do?
it's fun. No, I think it's
Like
very
feelings
healthy.
talks are good.
It's fantastic. It's just most people aren't like that. They're very
like
closed
where this
off
is
and
going.
insecure, and you just seem very open about yourself and your past and your.
I mean, yeah. I mean, like, maybe if I'm more open about it, then, like, people can help kind of figure things out.
That's true.
with
We
me.
could all
That's
be
a
a little
great
bit
way to-
more open with
Why
ourselves.
you-
I'm just looking at all
This
of us.
is a really bad place to be like that, though, I will admit. That being said, I found you, and you seem like really lovely people.
Yeah, and we saw you. I mean, you jumped to the top of that building. That was amazing.
Yeah.
So maybe we can help, look out for each other. We're new in town.
Oh, man, yeah.
I mean, we have someone that's been here before, but maybe, it's been a minute.
Have you been to Taste of Taldore?
Holy shit.
Not in a long time.
Oh man, they've changed. They changed the menu up like pretty regular.
New managers?
I mean, this keeps coming up. It feels like a sign.
Yeah. Actually,
I-
kind of heading that way.
Oh really?
Yes.
Can I come?
Oh, speaking
In
of,
the interim. In the interim.
We're cutting to Fern. Fern.
Or I'm
Yeah.
into the tent. I'm gonna walk by the guy that has his cloak.
He's passed out. Just,
Oh.
like
Never
he got spooked so hard that he's just hanging from
He's
the dagger
just-
now.
Oh, yeah.
Damp pants, the whole deal.
I'm gonna walk
Oh,
into the
that's a
tent.
good point.
Okay, you walk into the tent. The first thing that catches you is a very unique smell. It's almost like a burnt rubber tree sap meets an odd medicinal herbal scent. And you walk in, and there looks to be like some baskets that have like some grains on them. There is a saber of some kind set on a chair. And in the middle of the room, there's like a kind of a pillow set up, and there's an old woman who's kind of sitting cross-legged, holding a bowl in her lap, with these kind of like this hot steam kind of rolling off of it, who's just kind of holding it underneath and looks up at you. You can see her. She has this smile with one singular tooth that pokes beyond these like dark spotted gums, a heavily wrinkled face, and kind of a slightly cataract eyes, head wrapped in a baggy, thick, kind of a heavy cloth, almost like a heavy beret that just leans to the back of her head, and she kind of sits there and looks up at you. Excuse me?
Oh, is this where you live?
I'm having lunch.
Oh, what are you eating?
Oh, well, I've already ate it. Now I'm just having my after lunch.
What's your after lunch?
holds out the
Oh,
bowl.
well, hold on just a minute. 'Cause is that what I smell when I walked in?
It's very strong, and it does come from that. And as you look at it, you thought it was with food at first glance, but as she leans forward, there is some sort of like a crystalline sort of substance that is like burning and giving off kind of a smoke that's kind of filling the chamber.
Oh.
Nice.
Yeah, man. You have to.
You can take a big whiff.
Yeah. Let's go.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Body snatch.
Yeah.
Up to the Midsommar tent.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no.
Good for 21.
21.
Wait, I have advantage against spells and other magical effects. Would this be? No?
This, don't even worry about it for this. You rolled really high. So the senses, the smell catches you and your senses begin to immediately numb for a second. The dark shadows that are coming in from the outside kind of warp slightly, and her kindly old woman face almost seems to de-age within a moment. But you've seen weird stuff in the Fae, and this is just kind of a fun thing, and you shake it off, and while the visuals remain with you, it doesn't seem to radically alter your perception or sense of self in the space. Just a little buzzed.
What do you do here? You doing like a little business?
I just found this tent and ducked away to have my lunch.
Oh, you just came in here to just hang out.
I don't know who
Is this your saber? Because I think I left it in here.
Oh, then you should take it.
Yeah, I will. What else did I leave in here? I'm going to investigate the room and see if there's any.
Make an investigation check.
What else did I leave in here?
Oh my god.
Oh, I have bad investigation. 11.
11. You do find an unspoiled bag of rice.
Rice.
You find a nice pair of kind of like a DuPont silk blue pants. And
What size are they?
they're a bit baggy. They're a bit large for you. And it looks to be a box of candles.
Okay, I'll take those.
Okay.
As well. What was your name?
You watch her like desperately search for something. It started with a D.
Darlene.
Probably.
Dancy.
Darlene Dancy.
Okay. You're so funny. Are you affected by the smoke that you're putting in the room, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just having a good time, good lunchtime.
Just passing the time here in hell.
Oh. Oh. Well, that's a little strange.
It's the Hellcatch Valley.
Oh, that's right. Just you shortened
Also,
it so it
it's
sounded like another place. I'm gonna open the curtains, the tent. I'm gonna leave. I'll let you finish your food.
All
Darlene.
right. I already
Fancy.
finished it. She closed the tent behind.
I thought we were about to look at the.
Looking at
ball.
Laudna, her face is kind of like.
Oh, whoa.
And then we were talking about going to a Taste of Chaldore with our new friend Dust.
Hi.
Oh, Dust. Hello, I'm Fern.
It's lovely to meet you, Fern.
The little flaming monkey crawls upon her shoulder, looks at you and goes,
I like your monkey.
Thank you. This is Mr.
Mister.
Yeah.
Lovely to meet you. I'm Dusk.
Shake her hand.
I mean, you don't have to if you don't want to. It's all right. It's very okay.
it kind of zinges your hand, just like contact. It's like a little bit.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Just like pees in the ground and goes back onto her shoulder.
That's okay. He's only 7. Yeah, he's just a kid, you know. I'm just a single mother, so.
Just making it out here on your own like that?
Pretty much. I mean, it's
a good thing you got like a whole good community to help you raise them.
Yes, you were very impressive out there.
Oh,
just
no, thanks. I appreciate that. I'm actually a lot cooler than that, but just things are like a little fucky wucky still.
Sure,
I said that they've been to the Feywild.
So
you should
it's
like
real.
talk
Real.
about these things.
It's absolutely real. That's where I'm from.
Yes.
Wait, what?
Yes, I live there with my grandmother.
Oh my God.
Where did you go? What did you see?
I don't know. But I call myself Dusk because the last thing that I remember is just this incredible glowing,
gorgeous
glen. Yeah.
Oh, was there a river?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's lots of rivers.
I'm sure there's lots of rivers. I'm sure there's lots of glens.
But yeah, there was a river. And it was like babbling, and I just.
What if you were in my glen?
You have a glen?
No,
out there?
I mean it's not mine, but just near mine.
You have a glen, though?
Well, yeah.
I once knew a Glenn.
You did?
Yeah. He was a leather worker.
Did you date?
No, I robbed from him to survive. He didn't know I existed.
Girl's gotta do what she can to get by.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta shake a little tail.
Indeed, it's still glowing and present in the direction from where you were.
I forgot about this. More on that later.
I sorry to I'm a little bit of a. It's the only place that kind of still feels real to me, and I want to go back so bad.
I do too sometimes. Maybe we'll go back soon. I really like that. Wow, a little taste of home.
A really awesome conversation for the taste of Tal'Dorei.
I was just thinking, I'm half dead, and if I'm gonna be half dead, I feel like Taste of Tal'Dorei will only work for me when I'm literally half dead.
It's the coolest place ever. I understand it's probably rife with historical inaccuracy, but still, it's like the whole vibe of the place. It's like what we wish that it could be like, I think, right?
Very curious.
Is there a dress code?
Oh.
Because we're kind of fucked.
No, I mean, it's kind of fun if you dress up in the theme and stuff and wear the kind of outlandish wear that they used to wear back in the day.
Back in Tal'Dorei?
Yeah.
Costumes.
Yeah, I think there's a gift shop there. So you can kind of rent stuff. And
I'm definitely hungry. I got in that tent, got a little high, so I'm hungry.
Let's go.
How far away is it?
Just making. Okay.
Because we still got eyes on the prize.
And as we walk, are we moving in the direction that it's pointing?
It begins to point a little further westward, but not terribly away from the direction you're going.
I need a minute. We might as well get food.
Okay. What?
It's pointing in a different direction because we're moving, not because it's
exactly. It's just slowly drifting to the west as you continue heading southward.
It'll come back together. I just need to sit and drink and eat.
I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on
I mean, we can just. Okay, I'll take it.
This is why we're here. That's a person. Well, not a person.
Inside the.
No, not literally.
The little
it's more
global.
It's like a tracker, and we're tracking them.
Why? What do you?
Oh, because they're corrupt and murderous, and they were trying to torment the town.
So why are you going towards them?
Oh, not to murder him, but to capture him.
Oh.
Yeah, we're on a hunt.
Yeah.
Bringing an outlaw to justice.
Yeah, dead or alive.
Really?
Come with us.
That's kind of sexy.
As you exit the as you exit the alleyway to begin heading your trek, stepping towards the Taste of Tal'Dorei within the city, you hear the sounds of rustling back from where you were. You glance over and see other figures have darted into the alley and are currently rifling and stealing from whatever remains from those you left behind. But your group, jovial in the aftermath of this quick scuffle, and a much-needed friendly face here, and for what is for many of you a foreign and not terribly welcoming city. We'll see what conversations and mysteries await for us when we come back, as I'm going to go ahead and close us there. And we'll come to that next session because it's getting a little late and we need to get home. It's 5 in the early morning. But first off, Eric is so excited to have you join us at the table.
I'm here.
What's up with her memory?
Oh my god.
Remember shit?
Questions.
And
Indeed.
So many questions.
Excited to continue this thread and the rest of the chaos that Bassuras has to offer. We will be taking a break to remind you for the next
Calamity.
the next month or so is going to be Calamity on Thursdays.
If I'd known we were gonna be on that much of a break, I forgot.
That's okay. That's also why I didn't jump into too much right now because it was
There were
really a long
so many
episode.
secrets we were going to tell.
So many
Everybody, remember exactly what we were doing and what we were going to talk about.
Right.
I'll meet you
I
back
remember.
here in like a month.
For a month, I think. Yeah, 3 weeks. 4 weeks. I don't know that it is. But yes. Anyway,
A year?
we'll miss you guys in the interim. Super excited to pick up from here and have Erica along with us for a bit. In the interim, give all our love to the amazing GM Brennan Lee Mulligan, who is incredible. Like, and is crafting a tale in a space of Tal'Dorei history that I've been so excited to see brought to life with an amazing cast. Check it out every Thursday, 7 p.m. Pacific here, and I hope you enjoy it. And we'll see you guys back here shortly. In the interim, we love you very much. And is it Thursday yet? Good night.